Docket, right? First in lineup is none other than my guy Louis Cruz out of our Queens location is going to get us started off. I'm super excited. He's going to be talking to us about the five impulse factors. Lou, are you ready?
Yes, I was actually wondering if you can assist with sharing the
Yes,
PDF.
sir. I got you. You know it. You know it. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Let's go.
Appreciate it always,
All
man.
right, I'm about to share my screen. I'm about to share my screen. Let's go. Let's drop this down. Who you
That's the infamous screen right there, man.
Yeah, man. I got the
That's a
babies. Got the
beautiful
baby.
family.
We got the
Thank
future.
you.
We got a future Pro Bowler right there to the right. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My boy, he be training. He be
There you
training, bro.
go.
All offseason. Let's go.
All right, y'all. So, first of all, I want everybody to clap it up for yourselves. You guys don't have to mute the mics, obviously, but I want you guys to obviously clap it up
Juice.
because you guys here are obviously here to get the development. You guys are here to get the knowledge, and us as the facilitators, our job is to make sure we give it to y'all. Juice by that.
Juice.
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 So when it comes to my
Juice.
impact, I like to build a little bit of engagement, right? Meaning I like to say certain things, and then when I say it, I like for the crowd
Get
to
them
exit,
notebooks out.
right? So this is what we're gonna do, right? Every single time I say makes sense, you guys are gonna drop in the chat box MS for makes sense, right? Reason why we're doing this is because we want to make sure that everybody
Juice.
understands the information as well as they're able to take the notes for it. Juice by that.
Juice.
So
Juice.
Juice.
with that
Juice.
being said, let's actually get right into it, right? So right here, guys, the first slide is the five impulse factors, or otherwise known as gifts. And in the picture that I have for you guys is a couple of neurons. And the idea is that by the end of this impact, we are fully understanding and we have the knowledge we need in order to be able to apply these impulse factors. You spot that?
Juice.
Matter of fact, let me get a make sense in the chat box. Let me get a make sense in the chat
Juice.
box.
Juice. Juice.
That's in the chat box. There you go. There we go. Let's go. It's pouring in. There we go. That's how we get it. All right, child. Let's dive right into it. All right. So next slide, please. All right, child. So the table of contents. The first thing we could be coming over is greed. The second thing is indifference. We got fear of loss. We got the Jones effect, and then we got the sense of urgency. All right. So next slide, please. Now, before we actually get into the content, guys, I want to just ask you guys a quick question, right? Let's say, well, first of all, what do you guys think impulse is? And more importantly, how does this relate or how does this pertain to what we do on a day-to-day basis, right? So, very simple. I'll give you guys a definition of impulse, right? So, impulse is the sudden urge to act without premeditation, all right? So, it's the sudden urge to act without premeditation. What does it mean when something is premeditated? Without being premeditated, that means there was no actual thought process, there was no actual indication that this was something you were planning on doing. The key word there is you, or the key phrase there is you weren't planning on it, right? So let's say you guys had $1 million, right? If you guys had $1 million and someone was willing to offer you guys an extra $100,000, you didn't have to do a single thing. How many of you guys here would actually take that money? If you would take that money, please write it in the chat. Just say I. All right. So we got a lot of people who are saying I, right? And that's totally fine, right? The reason why is because as human beings, it is a natural feeling or a natural desire for us to want more. So
Juice.
we're bringing this up because the whole definition of greed in sales and what we do in this industry is greed is creating the notion that the customer is getting more. Otherwise, you can also say they're getting a bang for their buck. Does that make sense?
Juice.
Deuce.
Juice makes sense.
Juice.
So there's a lot
Juice.
of right. So there's
Juice.
a lot of things that, we look for on the field, right? And so the point of this impact, guys, is to also be able to give you guys the verbal cues on these impulse factors so you know number one which one your customer is using on you, because more on that, it is very much possible for customers to use these impulse factors on us as well. All right. The second thing is for you guys to be able to apply it. So there are a couple things here that I listed for you guys that essentially helps with when it comes to greed. So what does it sound like? Are there any hidden fees? Does this affect my delivery charges? Or how does this compare to other suppliers? Right? So the reason why these are all questions related to greed is because remember, we just uncovered that the definition of greed is when the customer wants more or is they're getting more or as you could say the best deal possible. So now to translate it, are there any hidden fees? Does anybody here actually want to take the crack and the opportunity at telling me why this customer asking if there are any hidden fees, why is this a sign of greed?
Because they want it with no charge.
Exactly, right? So, believe it or not, guys, but just to tie it into what Empower does, one of our features is we have no enrollment, we have no cancellation fee. Juice by that. So
Juice.
when we sell that
Juice.
to the customer, that gives us an upper hand in our competitors because as someone who's been in the industry for a couple years, one of the things that we do have a one up on is that other suppliers do actually do cancellation fees. Sometimes it's based on how many months is left of the service. Sometimes they're just doing the cancellation fee just because that's what they want to do, and that's totally okay. But that's an example of greed because the customer wants to know that if they sign up with us, is this what they will also get? Meaning, will I get no enrollment, no cancellation fees along with the deal that you're presenting to me today? The short answer is yes. Okay. So now for number two, right? Let's talk about does this affect my delivery charges? All right. So everybody here knows and everybody has seen the bill, regardless if whether it was one time, two, three, four times. Every bill is divided to supply and delivery. Why? Because we all work out of deregulated states. Does that make sense? So when you guys consider that a lot of the times a customer's bill is actually higher based on delivery, right or wrong. A lot of the times when customers complain about, oh, I did this before. Oh, my last time I did this, my bill went up. The reality is that if you as the consultant, you as the person who solves this person's problems, you know that their bill is high because of delivery. So when you hear something like, how does this affect my delivery? Right? The customer is essentially asking you, does this help reduce the delivery side of my bill if I go green? Because sometimes questions that'll come up is customers will ask you, hey, look, uh, does this have any tax breaks? Does this include with this? Does it come with that? And the reality is that they're confusing energy with solar. So when the customer says stuff like, does this affect my delivery charges? Absolutely not, because the utility is the one who handles it. However, you do have more control and stability over the bill, which is what the supply rate, the fixed supply rate is used for. Make sense? So I want to give you guys now here, right, the opportunity to actually explain to me how does this compare to other suppliers, right? So let me actually call on this. I want to actually get the opportunity to call someone else out over here just because I want to get some more crowd engagement for some of the people we didn't actually have yesterday. So let's go with we're gonna go with let's see. Let's go Daquan DC. Let's go Daquan DC. All right. So Daquan, I need you to tell me how does the customer asking you, how does this compare to other suppliers? How is this an example of greed on their behalf? I don't think he's, oh, there we
You
go.
said, what was the question again?
So the third bullet point up here, which is how does this compare to other suppliers, right? How is this an example of where the customer is displaying greed?
You went out.
So when it comes to this question, how does this compare to other suppliers? How does this insinuate greed on behalf of the customer?
Because they're trying to weigh their options on who has the better deal.
Correct. But specifically, in what way are they trying to weigh out their options? What about the other options specifically?
Just the prices and the charges, like who's charging different.
Juice, exactly. One clap for Daquan. So, hold on a second. Yeah, so Ayana, I see your hand was up. Did you have something you wanted to add?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, like basically like the rates, like they want to compare the rates.
Juice by both of you guys, yes. So when it comes to this question, they specifically want to know how does Empower supply rates compare to other suppliers? More so, never mind what the actual number per kilowatt is. They're also interested in how long is this rate actually good for. These are all things that subconsciously the customers are thinking in their head, which is why they're asking it to you directly because you're the one who's available to actually answer the question for them. Does that make sense? So now, when it comes to applying it, right? The first example that I have for you guys is because you're choosing to save the environment today, you'll receive our promotional rate of blank per kilowatt hour. Okay. So I want to give the opportunity now to let's see here. Let's give it a crack. So for beta, right? So beta, read number one real quick.
All right, can y'all hear me good?
Yep.
All right. So, because you're choosing to save the environment today, you'll receive our promotional rate of 17.4 cents per kilowatt. Does that sound fair?
Juice. Except we not asking them if it sounds fair because that's what they getting. The same way you said yesterday, I ain't asking for the bill. I'm telling them to go grab it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling them you're gonna get this rate. You gonna get this rate, all right? But we
Juice.
Yes,
gonna
sir.
look sexy while we sell it to you. Juice by that. We gonna
Juice.
whatever supply rate that is, we gonna make it look nice, which is why I phrased it this way. Okay. So beta. And so what part of this sentence right here indicates that I'm using greed to sell to the customer?
The part that you say our promotional rate right there, any promotion is making it seem like, oh, I'm getting a better deal than somebody else. Like at the end of the day, you see something on sale, see something on clearance. Hold on, this is a good John. You see something on a promotion, all right? It gets you that mindset that you're getting something better than somebody else. Just like a regular promotion at the job, you're getting to the next level better than what you was before.
Juice. We know here, everybody knows here when
Juice.
the customer does get verified. First of all, one clap for beta. All right. Everybody here knows that when the customer gets verified to start using the service, they get a rate from us, which is fixed for however long it is, catered to whichever market you guys are, working out of. So, but the reason why it's using grid is because I'm making it seem like the customer is getting more than just what I originally had brought up to them. Does that make sense? You knew that you were going to be getting the clean energy today, and we know that they were also going to receive this rate. However, the way that I framed it was you are also going to be receiving this because you chose to do this. Does that make sense? It's kind of as if like I'm just giving them more, and that's what we want, right? And for the second example, you're lucky because everyone in the zip code was also pre-approved to have no fees. So we know that there's no additional fees, no additional, no cancellation fee, no enrollment fee. So we really got to take advantage of that, right? Because if we're just telling the customer, yeah, you're going to be getting updated today, you're going to be going green today, high five, congratulations, you're going to be getting this fixed rate. Let's start making the features and the benefits sound really good to the customer because usually more often times than not, sometimes people will actually stay with the service for the quality of the customer service and everything else that comes with it besides the actual product. The reason why is because a lot of the times what I've noticed is people like to be comfortable. So when they hear something like, hey, look, there's no additional fees, you don't have to worry about this, you don't have to pay that. Well, great. How do I sign up? And all you're doing now at this point is just adding all the little extra stuff on the side. You spot that? So let's move on to the next slide.
Juice.
Juice.
So the next slide, guys, is indifference, right? I even added like
Mhm.
a little picture for you guys just to show y'all, you know what I mean? Like this is what it is. Ain't got nothing to do with me. So definition. All right, let's go with Sybil. So can you please read us the definition for indifference?
Okay.
Sybil, you're muted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Good morning. The lack of interest to make neither a positive or negative decision.
All right. So now I want everybody just to do this real quick. Everybody just like the shoulder shrug emoji. Just a simple shoulder shrug emoji like y'all be having on the phones, right? And that's exactly how I want you guys to look at indifference, right? But the most important thing about indifference, guys, it's not more so necessarily what you say in return to what the customer is saying, but it's more so about the focus for indifference isn't so much about what you say, but more of your demeanor and body language. So this is actually what I put for you guys all the way at the bottom of the screen. I'm not too sure if you guys can see it, but again, the focus for indifference is not so much about what you say, but more of your body language and your demeanor itself. So
Juice.
if if you want to sell indifference, your body language has to mirror it. You can't be too pushed up on the customer when it comes to you giving them that, when it comes to you overturning one of their rejections. You can't sound like you're on a zero and you're trying to get your first sale because the customers is going to be able to feel that. So what does it sound like, right? So my bill isn't that high. Okay. So when a customer says this and it comes to you talking about the different tax incentives you can get from the government, or you saying if you're from ESCO that you're going to have more reliability and stability over the bill long term, when the customer is saying my bill isn't that high, that just means that there's somebody that doesn't really look at the bill enough to care because the bill is never that high for them to care, at least in their opinion. Because a high bill looks different for everybody because everybody's financial situation is different. So when it comes to going to the door and when it comes to hearing the indifference from the customer, keep in mind that if the customer says, yo, my bill is not that high, or I don't really look at my bill, all that simply just means is that they don't care enough about their energy supply itself. That's probably like one of the last two or three things that they worry about at the end of the month, which is why you guys are there, right? Your job is to be the ones to educate the customer, inform them on a decision, and then essentially walk them through the process. And this sounds like a lot of paperwork. For ESCO, for us, it's not a lot of, it's we really just use a tablet, so we're not really, doing too much with papers. But for the solar side, I know it's a little bit different for you guys. So I don't know how often you guys hear this one right here, but I would just assume that with like, all the installations and like, all the presentations, all that good stuff, I would just assume that, it's something along those lines, right?
We do, Lewis.
There you go. So boom, yeah. So this sounds like a lot of paperwork. You guys are the ones who know, hey, look, listen, it's not a lot of paperwork, but you can't say like, yeah, no, 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 don't worry, it's not a lot of paperwork. Instead of be like, nah, it's just a couple forms real quick. All you gotta do is just take a look through them and just sign them real quick. But it's about the way I'm saying it though, right? Because the thing about indifference is very strong in delivery. So someone else can be saying the same exact thing as me. The only difference is how the customer will perceive it because of the way we said it. So I actually want to give someone here an opportunity to read the first example, which is applying it. And I would actually like for that person to be, we're gonna go with, let's see, it's a pretty long list.
I got you, Lou. Come on now.
All right, Mike, let's get it, Mike.
All right, so applying this, number one, right?
He with us.
Sir. Yes, sir.
This process is entirely up to you. You might as well take advantage of it since your neighbors did too.
Boom. Juice. One clap for Mike.
Bro,
Right? So, Mike, I want you to actually tell me, since you were the one who read it, how is this an example of you displaying indifference to the customer?
this process is entirely up to you. You might as well take advantage of it since your neighbor did it to you, did it too. So the way I see it as the indifference is like no harm, no foul, but at the same time, you're using like, even though this is indifference, you could tie it into Jones effect as well because the other neighbors did it too. So you're tying into everybody else is doing it. Is that your question?
I would think it's entirely up to you.
Who said that? Who just said that?
It's entirely up to you.
There you go. Boom. That's exactly it, right? So indifference is, we just went over it, right? This is the attitude of indifference, right? You're just doing your job. And when you say it's entirely up to you, you're not making too much of a pressing decision or act to make the customer do the phone call, which is TPV, or go sit with the closer, right? So you're leaving the decision in your customer's hands. We just said it yesterday, right? You're letting the customer feel like they're ultimately in control. Because if you're selling it as if, yeah, I just need 2 minutes of your time. We're just gonna do this quick phone call. It's highly recommended because you could go that route too, but that doesn't necessarily apply with indifference because you're being too pushy for the sale. Does that make sense? By you saying it's up to you, you're leaving the decision solely up to the customer. And again, that's what we want the customers to also feel when it comes to applying indifference. So just moving on to number two. Let's actually have if anybody actually wants to mute, that's actually great too. Let me see.
I got it.
Let's actually have, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, let's go, William. Go ahead.
Some did, some didn't. I'm just here to verify if you have it too.
Juice. So one clap for William. All right. So William, What of this
Oh.
right here, this example is an example of indifference? Like what their number two specifically entails that this is related to indifference.
Some did and some didn't. It's kind of like you're not putting too much pressure on anything. You just putting the option up there.
Juice. So you have the right idea as far as like uh the words that I'm using, but the keyword here is just here. All right? Just here. I'm just here to verify if you have it too. So in that short message right there, it entails that that you as the agent, you're just doing your job. Again, you're not too pressing for the sale, but you are doing your job, right? Everybody say just do your job. Everybody say just do your job.
Just do
Just
your
do your
job.
Just do your
job.
job.
Job. Do your
And,
job.
Good
and that's
job.
the
Do your
Just do your
job.
job.
yeah,
Do
do
your
your damn
job.
job,
Do
right?
your job.
How I
Do
want
your
you guys to
job.
get that indifference, right?
Do
And
your job.
the focus for indifference isn't so much about what you say, but more of your demeanor and your body language. So, with that being said, I actually would like to have somebody from the Philly office give their own personal definition of how they would actually use indifference. So, let me actually see here. Actually, if anybody from the Philly office would actually like to go, that'd be great.
I will.
Let's go, Philly.
Juice, let's go. Tori?
Yeah,
So
Tori.
I'm just using indifference, right?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
All right. I'm just here to do my job. It's simply to check pages 2 and 3 to make sure where electric and gas are being pulled from are already enrolled into a program and receiving benefits. You still receive your electric and gas bill in the mail, right?
Juice. All right, one clap for Tori. Boom. So now, just for time-related purposes, guys, I want actually someone here. I want you guys to tell me how Tori used indifference in that specific scenario.
That was that tonality. You heard, Lou? Tonality.
Facts.
Juice. What Tori did, it wasn't more so what she said, it was just how she said it. She's like, look, I'm just here to do my job. I'm just here to verify if X, Y,
Yeah.
Z. She didn't sound like she was pressing for the sale. And that's that's the whole point of indifference, guys. If you're gonna use indifference, do not sound like you need the sale. Customers, they can smell that commission breath from down the block. All right. They can smell it by the way you walk, by the way you knock in, and how long it takes for you to wait for someone to come outside the door. Does that make sense?
Juice.
All right, so let's get on to the next slide, guys. Let's go on to the next one. So, boom. So the next one, guys, is fear of loss, right? And over here, just to paint the perfect picture to you guys, I have Squidward looking outside of his house for SpongeBob and Patrick. I'm pretty sure everybody here has seen the meme, which is why I wanted to use it to get you guys going today. All right. So, Christian, I would like for you to actually give us a definition for what fear of loss is.
Giving the feeling that they're missing out.
Juice. So you guys know what FOMO is, right? Fear of missing out, short for FOMO, right?
Juice.
So a lot of the times so when people make purchases, sometimes they don't necessarily even always want it. They want it because of a lot of people who also have it, which is obviously tied into the Jones effect, but that's also a fear of loss, right? Think about it, right? When the new iPhone drops, sometimes we have people who get the new iPhone every single year, right? We have people who upgrade their cars every single year. We have sometimes people who even go and buy new houses every couple years, every 10 years, whatever it is, right? So, and that's more of like a social cue, right? So I like to look at fear of loss from like a social setting kind of standpoint, where a lot of decisions people are made through fear of loss are because of where they perceive themselves in a social society, if that makes any sense at all whatsoever. So, what does it sound like? If I don't switch now, will I pay more next month? Right? The second example is the tax credit going away soon. All right. And the third one is how much money can I save long term? All right. So now I would like to have Steph. So I would like for you to tell us here, right? So if I don't switch now, will I pay more next month? How does that actually equal to the customer using fear? How is that equal to fear of loss when you hear it as an agent?
If I don't switch now, will I pay more next month? Okay. I guess so. What is your question again? So you're asking me how does it sound like fear of loss?
Exactly. Like what in this example of if I don't switch now, will I pay more next month? How is this fear of loss?
Because the customer, so it's fear of loss because now the customer feels like if they don't make a decision right now, their bill could potentially increase the very next month. So you using this as a fear of loss can get the customer to make a decision right now.
Juice, absolutely. One clap for Step. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Juice.
It's the fear of them losing money for not making the switch now that is enticing them to do it now, right? Everybody say now.
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 It's
Now.
It's my
now.
money and I need it now.
My
Now,
money,
indeed.
I want it
Not
now.
the
All right?
commercial,
No.
listen. I sound
Right?
better.
Juice.
Yes. Now, I would like to actually have a solar person go for the second example, which is the tax credit going away soon? All right. So I would actually like to have somebody from either Queens or Bronx Solar to answer this one right here. So I would like to just it's kind of hard. I don't really know everyone's name over here. Sorry, guys, but if we could just have one person from the Bronx or the Queens Solar office give the answer for this one, that
Call
would
him
be
out, Faye. Call him out, Faye.
Patrick Kahn.
Hey, please, I need your
Oh,
help, Faye,
let's go.
please.
Patrick Kahn.
Yeah.
All right, Pat. So is the tax credit going away soon?
Yeah, Pat.
Right. How is that fear of loss?
Yes.
That's one of the main benefits. So like if they're looking for the for when the tax credits is going away, it's meaning like you could capitalize on that right now because Donald Trump just took some tax credits away at the end of 2025. So it's like he's still in office, so you might not know when he could take it away tomorrow. My job is just to make sure you capitalize on it so you're still at least aware of the tax credits that's available for homeowners like yourself.
Juice. One clap for Pat. So yes.
Juice.
So the reason why this is the fear of loss, guys,
Yeah,
is
Pat.
big reason as to why people go solar is because they want to save money, right? And a lot of the times, what entices people again is more of the actual features and benefits of a product more than the actual. They like the product, but they're more so interested in what this product can do or how it adds to them. So, in the case of if you're someone who's selling solar, right? A lot of the reasons why someone's going to do solar is because they want to get those extra tax breaks from the government. They want those extra incentives, right? Everybody loves more, right? We just spoke about this in the beginning. Everybody loves more, right? As human beings, it's natural for us to want more. And if this person is going to commit as to putting these panels on the roof, they want to know how much more can I get? And so their fear of losing out on those extra credits is a big factor as to why they do or don't go solar. Does that make sense? Juice. All right. So
Juice.
now let's go with this one right here. So Antoine, how much can I save long term? Why is this an example of fear of loss?
You say me?
Yes, sir, Antoine.
Let's go. Let's go.
Pro Bowl himself. Come on, give us the Pro
You know what
Bowl
I'm saying?
spirit, man.
Get me involved, dog. Let's go. Let's go.
Exactly,
This is fear of loss because they're fearing out on how much money they can save for other things that are priorities if they don't make this a vision or if they don't make this decision right now.
Juice. Exactly. One clap for Antoine.
Juice.
All right. So now, what does it look like to apply it? So this is my last day in the area, and this rate is only good for our last day here, right? So the reason why, guys, this is fear of loss is because you're telling the customer our last day here. You're telling the customers, if you don't grab this right now while it's hot like some Little Caesars, you ain't never getting this again. All right. You ain't never getting this deal again. All right. So this is my last day in the area, and this rate is only good for our last day here. All right. The second example is our promotion is only good for the first 5 people I verify. You're the last person I can potentially qualify. All right. So in this specific case here, right, you're using the fact that it's only good for the first 5 people. And if you're telling the customer here, you're the last person, what you're doing is you're putting them in position, yo, you got to buy now or never. because I get paid to close now, not later. All right. So our promotion is only good for the first 5 people I verify. You're the last person I could potentially qualify. There are the 2 examples of fear of loss, guys. Make sense?
Juice.
All right.
Juice.
Next one, guys, to move it along a little bit more, let's get into the Jones effect. All right. So boom. The idea in which customers buy based on popularity. This is my favorite impulse factor right here. All right. So what does it sound like?
Same.
And what I love about this too is that the Jones effect, out of all the impulse factors, you can use this at any point in your pitch. Literally at any point in your pitch, you can use this, right? But what does it sound like? Who else did this? Why haven't I heard about this before? And why hasn't the utility notified me? Right? These are all social related questions, meaning they're asking you, why doesn't the majority know about this? And number 3, why hasn't the utility notified me? The utility is who they get the bill from. If it was that important, the utility would have probably reached out, right? That's usually how it goes. When the utility says they're coming by to read the meters, they usually always send a letter in the mail or they send them an email, right? But when we go to the customer's door talking about clean energy, solar panels, a lot of times they're gonna think, so if it's this important, if it's such a big deal, why hasn't the utility said this?
Yeah.
Right? And so why haven't I heard about this before? If this was something they heard about before, they would have already got on top of it. Because think about it, right? A lot of us here are on TikTok. And the reality is, a lot of us here also like to follow the new trends that come out on TikTok, whether it's a new food, whether it's a new dance, or whether it's a new event, whatever it is, we like to keep up with the new trends that go on every single day. So, in essence, here, when you're listening to this as an agent, why haven't I heard about this before? It's because this person just simply didn't know. And the reality is that's okay, right? Because we're the consultants, we're the ones who get paid to give them the information. So who else did this? I love when customers ask me this question. Who else did this? The most important thing here, guys, is you have to be honest, though. All right? You have to be honest. If you're going to be saying that this person signed up, you have to be sure that person.
It's just your house, man.
Because look, if I say, hey, look, yeah, I just signed up your neighbor Antoine a few blocks.
They ain't gonna do nothing. Free turkey.
If it turns out that this neighbor is really good friends with Antoine and he didn't sign up, I can lose a sale just by me saying that. So to avoid that, how I would do it is I would just generalize and say, yeah, your neighbors all over the area. Yeah, we've been here for a couple weeks, signed up a couple of your neighbors already. You know what I mean? They're going green, they're already good, right? So now going on to the applying it. So I just finished up with your neighbor. I'm circling back to you now. Very simple. 2, you're the last person I need to speak with on the street. How are these 2 examples of the Jones effect? Number 1, you're telling the customer that you finished up with the neighbor next door. So you already implied that, number 1, you present it to them, they're aware of it, and how you can use this now is you can actually say, yeah, I just spoke to your neighbor. Because even if this person does go to their neighbor and they say, hey, did you speak to this person who was talking about clean energy earlier? Yeah, I did. Guess what? Number 1, you don't look like a liar. But number 2, now you're scoring more points and you just increase the opportunity for you to actually retain that sale if that is the situation of how you did it. And number 2, you're the last person I need to speak with on the street. You're implying that you already had spoken to everybody else, even without you directly saying neighbors. So again, there's always different ways you can say something. The most important thing is you guys get the idea of what each impulse factor is and how they're used. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Go on to the last one, guys. We're trooping over here, guys. We're trooping over here. All right. So the last one is sense of urgency. All right. So I actually would like to have somebody from Brooklyn Solar now. I would like for one of you guys to actually read the definition for sense of urgency. Unless they're not on the call, but we could also have let's go back to the ESCO side real quick. Let's have somebody from DC. Read the definition for sense of urgency.
Let's go, Kiana. Let's go, Kai. Let's go, Kai.
I see Rodney.
Creating the feeling that the customer will miss out if they don't act now.
It's that I need my money and I want it now. All right. This is exactly why we have the now circled and then we have the later with the line through it. Because we closing now, all right? So creating the feeling that the customer will miss out if they don't act when? Now, all right? And so what does this sound like? Can you come back later? Can I do this myself? How about, I think I want to do some research. I need some time to decide. Listen, I need you to act now. So what kind of questions do you have? All right. So when the customer says these things to you, which I'm pretty sure we've all heard this objection at least 1 or 2 times throughout our career for however long we've all been here, right? And to what Isani said yesterday, the thing we love about the field is the objections never change, right? So can you come back later? Can I do this myself? I need time to decide. Well, no, I can't come back later because you're the last person I have to speak with. No, you can do it yourself, but you're not going to get this promotion or rate, which is why a lot of people do it to begin with. And number 3, I'm like a walking encyclopedia. If you have any questions, you're free to ask me as much as you want. I've been here for 5 years. I hope I can answer every question you have. So, applying it, right? So customers, sometimes they like to ask us, how long is this going to take, right? If you've heard this question before, if you've heard this question before, just write an I in the chat. Just drop an I's in the chat real quick if you've heard this one before. How long is this going to take? All right. So my favorite question, and this is literally my answer. We could have been done already. All I need is your name and your phone number. Very simple. We could have been done already. You're asking me so many questions, and this process was supposed to be done 5 minutes ago. All right? The second thing is, I completely understand. For customers who say, yo, I'm in a rush. How many of y'all have ever heard a customer say, yo, I'm in a rush. I don't got time for this right now. Look, I completely understand you're pressed for time. I actually am too. That's why this process would just take 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Everybody throw up a deuce real quick. Everybody throw up the deuce on the Zoom real quick. This just takes 2 minutes. 2 minutes. All right? Let me tell you something. The reason why we apply sense of urgency, guys, is because we can't tell the customer this is going to take 15, 20 minutes. The door will be closed before you even finish the sentence. All right? People can justify 2 minutes of their time versus them justifying 15 to 20 minutes to a stranger. All right? People will justify 2 minutes versus 15, 20 minutes. So you have to create a false time constraint. False time constraint. All right. So we could have been done already. All I need is your name and your phone number. I completely understand, which is why this would just take 2 minutes. All right. Make sense? All right, guys.
Yes.
All right, y'all. We can go to the next slide. Appreciate y'all. So look, guys, it was my first time ever presenting in front of over 100 people. So
Let's go, Lou.
I had a question.
Let's go,
Lou.
if there's anything that you guys feel like I can do better, please feel free to let me know. I openly welcome. I'm actually trying to get better with public speaking, so this is a great opportunity. So I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Lewis, I got a question.
One second, guys.
I got a question before you go.
Hold on, Rodney. So this ain't gonna run like yesterday. This ain't gonna run. Remember, we got a time. We gotta respect the time. We got some more presenters. Write your questions down, please. Y'all should be taking notes, right? Y'all should be taking notes. Write your questions down. We will double back. We will make sure your questions get answered. I just want to make sure everybody gets an opportunity to present, right? Just like Lewis said. First, let's clap it up for Lou one more time. Let's go. Right? The reason we're doing this, again, it's another way for them to continue building. At some point, these are our next up leaders, right? They're going to be on stages next to you, in front of you, right? So we want to make sure that we're giving them the time, we're giving them the experience. So write your questions down. Lou, fire presentation. Thank you so much for putting that together yesterday. The next one up. Y'all ready for this? Next one up is a MIT out of our Newark office, Mr. Jilson Motor. Let's clap it up for Jilson. Jilson's going to talk to us about building rapport.
First of all, let's give another clap. Let's give another clap for Lou, man. Let's give another clap for Lou. That impact was fire, Lewis. I love the impulse factors. My favorite one you talked about today was indifference. I ain't gonna lie, I use that on the field all day, every day. So that's my favorite one. Juice by that, guys. So Lou taught you guys how you guys are gonna get these customers to do as you say. And my job today is to help you guys be able to get longer conversations out of these customers at their door and build more rapport with them, right? So let me just share my screen here really quickly with them. Share my screen here really quick. All right, Juice. All right, cool. So I don't know how to put it in present mode. So actually that I do. It's right there. All right, cool. So really quick, we got building rapport. We're going to do a workshop today on building rapport, guys. Building rapport, building rapport. For me, for a lot of the other high rollers in this business, this is one thing that they do really well at a high level that helps them be able to get bills and make a ton of money. And also make sure that the deals that they're putting in are sticking, right? High approval ratings is how you get paid, right? So number one, the meaning of, sorry guys. Okay, cool. So number one, the meaning of rapport building. So the meaning of rapport building, and write this down, is creating the feeling of trust, friendship, and understanding through conversation, right? That's what we do all day, guys. That's what our job is to do to get these customers to say yes, right? Creating the feeling of trust, friendship, and understanding through conversation with a prospect. Juice? Yo, everybody do me a favor. Type 1 in the chat once you got that right down for me, please. Just type 1 in the chat, 1 in the chat, 1 in the chat. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. All right, Juice, that's enough. That's enough, Juice. All right, cool. So guys, now what makes rapport building so important, right? The why behind why we build rapport in the first place. Number one, I want everybody just real quick, like by show of hands, throw an email out, whatever it is. If since it got a little bit colder outside, you're finding customers don't want to give you as much time as they were giving you before, right? Just type a like a hand raise in the chat, raise your hand in the camera, right? Whatever it is. If you feel like customers are not giving you as much time at the door, right? Customers are, yo, it's cold. You let my heat out. Yo, they're coming to the window. They don't want to talk to you, whatever the situation is, right? This stuff that I'm going to teach you today is going to be able to help you get those customers to open the door, help you get those customers to let you in the house, help you get those customers to give you the bill, right? It's going to increase the number of positive interactions that you have in a day. Not only that, but it's also going to help you have more people that are more likely to buy from you. Juice?
Juice.
Juice.
All right, cool. Number one, guys. Number one, I know we talk about it all the time. Some people, when they first start a business, they use this all the time. And then when they feel like I got it, they stop doing it. I'm going to tell you right now, I keep it to the basics, guys. I've been doing icebreakers at every single door. Every single person I speak to that comes to the door, whether they look like they old enough to be enrolled or not, I'm icebreaking them before I give them something to do. Juice? So number one, icebreakers allow you to break preoccupation, right? So when customers see us walking up to their door, what they see a badge, they see Empower gear, they see a tablet, they see a bag, they see a salesperson, right? Automatically you're scaring them. Yo, they don't want to buy nothing. Nobody wants to be sold anything, right? They want to buy things, but nobody wants to be sold anything, right? So what icebreakers do is it allows you to interrupt the prospect's initial thoughts and worries about who you are and what it is that what you are here to do. And if you're a shark in the business, all you need is that one split second to give you the chance to grab their attention. Juice? Real quick, what I do want to do though, and I'm going to try to make it fast because I know we're short on time today. Not short on time, but I want to make sure I'm respectful of everybody's time. Real quick, I'm going to call out 3 people. I want them to give me like a one-liner for icebreaker that they use, a one-liner. And if somebody gives a joke, you can't say a joke too. You got to say something else. So I see Simone on the camera over here. Simone, Symone. Let me hear your best icebreaker.
Okay, hold up. Where you get those shoes from? Because I think my little brother has one something like that.
Okay, Juice by that. What clap for Simone? Juice. Yo, Jonathan, let me hear your best icebreaker. Jonathan Apia.
Perfect. Hey man, that's your Lambo out there. How long you had it for? That's my favorite color.
Hey man, I didn't even mind. I borrowed that from my friend. His name is Mike Reyes, man. He got a lot of money, man. I borrowed it from him. Juice for that. One clap for John. That's good, right? That's good. Let me get one more icebreaker.
I got a good icebreaker. This for when they say not interested.
I gotta go
one more. Let me see.
Somebody
Here.
from that's from Sully know how to icebreak.
Yeah, I want somebody from Solar real quick.
Solar, I bet.
Who we got? I can't even see nobody. If you from Solar, just unmute your mic. Give me an icebreaker. The best icebreaker you got. Nobody from Solar? Oh, y'all done up.
They
Y'all
scared. They scared.
I got one. Philly, they got a good icebreaker.
I got one.
Go ahead, spit it out.
All right, so I can see somebody's in a chipper ass mood today.
Say that one more time.
Well, I can see somebody's in a chipper mood today.
Okay, I'm always in a good mood. Juice bite out. What clap for Emery? I say your name right?
Yeah.
All right, what clap for Emery? Juice. But guys, do not forget to be using these icebreakers at the doors, guys. Everybody that makes a lot of money in this business, they use icebreakers, right? Whether they're a high roller, whether they're consistent, whatever it is, they always use icebreakers, right? Another really good way to do an icebreaker, everybody uses a compliment, which is really good. But another really good way to use an icebreaker is a joke, right? There's somebody that I know in this company right now. His name is Mike Salazar. You watch that man on the doors. I swear to God, he should have his own TV show. All he does all day is joke with the customer, joke on himself. That's what he does, and that's how he breaks ice with a customer. Sarcasm sometimes, right? Bust the customer's balls, right? Don't be afraid to be different, right? Do anything that's different from the last person that just knocked on their door. Juice. All right, next slide. Next slide, we got the C principle, guys. The C principle. So rapport building only works if you use this, guys. It only works if you use this. Without the C principle, rapport building does not work. I can't say, yo, you got really nice. No, I can't do that. You need to use the C principle in order for rapport building to work, right? So number one is smile, right? If I start smiling on the call, let me see. Everybody smile real quick. If you got your camera on, just toss a smile real quick. Let me see your biggest, brightest smile. Let me see. Hold on. Where's everybody at? Let me see your biggest, brightest smile. Look at them pearly whites on the camera, right? Guys, make sure we're using our smiles at these doors. Smiles are contagious, right? If your mom starts smiling at you, you don't even know what she's smiling for. What you gonna do? You gonna smile back.
I'm gonna ask for some money.
When you start smiling at a newborn baby, what the baby gonna do? Smile back. They got no teeth, all gums, right? But they gonna smile back because smiling is something that is contagious, guys. Make sure we are smiling when we're talking to these customers and we're building rapport with them. We need to be smiling. The next thing is eye contact, guys. Eye contact, what that's gonna do for you is eye contact shows that you have confidence, right? It gives the person that you're talking to confidence in you because you are a confident person. Not only that, but it helps you to create trust immediately, right? People that have dodgy eyes, that can't look somebody in the eyes, right? Think about, I don't know if anybody has like a younger sibling or kids. When your kids are lying or your younger siblings are lying, what they doing? They looking away like this. They looking down. They got their eyes closed, right? Eye contact with the customer helps you create immediate trust, and it shows that you have confidence. Juice. And the next thing, I talked about it yesterday, guys. It takes energy to sell. So you have to have enthusiasm, right? Our goal is to create friends at the door as fast as possible. We have, Franz said it yesterday, we got like 7 seconds at the door before a customer decides yes to talk to you or no to talk to you, right? So you have to make sure that you're bringing enthusiasm to that door, right? Because just like if your friend came and told you, oh my God, yo, girl, I'm having a baby. Yo, bro, I just bought this new car. You're going to be excited for them because they're excited. It ain't your car. It ain't your baby, but you're going to be excited for them because they're excited. So the same way that they intoxicate you, our job is to intoxicate these customers with our energy. Juice?
Juice.
Next slide. Yo, make sure y'all taking notes. Make sure y'all taking notes. This is some juice. Make sure y'all taking notes. All right, guys. So this is one of the biggest things that I do when I am on the doors that helps me get bills, that helps me build rapport and create trust with these customers, guys. I am one of the nosiest people in America. Nosy, 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 nosy. I'm peeking through windows, acting like I'm not, trying to see what I can see in the window. As soon as the door open, I'm trying to look behind them, see what they got back there, right? Guys, use the power of your senses, right? Hearing, so listen to everything, guys. You might hear some music played in the background, right? I don't speak Spanish, but I act like I do. If I hear some Bad Bunny in the background, yo, that's my favorite song. I know enough Bad Bunny songs that I can talk about Bad Bunny, right? If I hear a customer and they're talking to me, and let's say they have an accent, I have this thing where I'm very big on cultures. I think about going to school just to learn about cultures, right? But I'm very big on accents. So I'm trying to figure out, yo, where you from? And I'll start guessing. You know what customers love? When you say, yo, let me guess, you're from, and then you get it right. Even if you get it wrong, it helps you spark an open-ended conversation that allows you to create more trust. Juice? Also, television shows. They might be playing a movie or a TV show on TV that you watched, right? And maybe if it's not something that you watch, you can ask them, yo, what's this about? Now they start talking. People love talking about themselves, right? And then the next thing that you could listen for is pets, right? You hear dogs barking in the background, cats meowing, whatever it is, right? I don't really have any pets. I'm not like a huge fan of pets, but guess what? If they have a dog, guess what I love?
We love them dogs.
Right? We love dogs, right? Juice. Also, guys, sniff around. I love when I smell food in the house. My favorite line, yo, I smell you cooking. What's that?
Yo, I'll be the biggest one.
Shoes on or off for a plate. I start pretending like I'm about to take my shoes off, right?
Yes.
Guys, they'll laugh. They'll laugh. They'll make, because I'm making a joke, but I'm also being serious because if it do smell good, I do want to play. I ain't joking, especially your house too, right? But guys, don't be afraid to use your nose, right? Maybe you smell a candle in the house that's burning. Yo, your house smells mad good. What is that? Oh, yo, I don't even know it's a candle. Yo, let me see. Go grab it real quick, right? You're using these things to your advantage to be able to build more trust and relationship with these customers. Another big one is colognes and perfumes for the guys, for the girls, whatever it is that they're wearing. Give a compliment, even if you don't like really how it smells, but they got a lot on, so you know they think it smells good. Compliment them on it. Juice. Also, like I said, take a look, guys. Take a look. When I'm walking up to doors, I'm looking what kind of car you got in the driveway. Beta Bay said it yesterday. I'm looking what kind of car you got in the driveway. I'm looking if you got toys. I'm looking for anything. Even if you got an ugly plant in the front, I'm a comment on, yo, what kind of plant is that? Yo, my wife, she's big. She got like a green thumb. I would love to get her a plant like this in the house. Where'd you get it from? Is that like this? Start talking about these things, right? Use your senses to your advantage to help you build rapport with the customers. A lot of times, people, especially when we're new in the business, even me, when I first started doing door-to-door sales in general, like, yo, what do I talk about? I don't know nothing to talk about. They had this ugly white t-shirt on with a stain on it. Like, I didn't really, guys, there's always something that you can have a conversation on or build rapport with the customer, right? So don't be afraid to use your senses. Juice?
Juice.
All right, we on to the next. Also, guys, this is the most important thing. Not the most important thing, but definitely one of the most important things. A lot of times people think that rapport building stops once you have a bill. It does not stop, right? Once you have a bill, that's good. You built a little bit of trust. But you know what else you need to do now? You have the bill. You got to get them on TPV. You know how you do that? You continue to build trust, right? Keep building rapport. Keep talking to those customers. Keep having that conversation with them about whatever it is, especially if they're I forget the name of the customer. I don't have my notebook with me right this second. But one of those four customers that Faye was talking about yesterday that got mad time, that love talking, that have the energy and will match your energy. Don't be afraid to continue talking to those customers to build more rapport and more trust to get them to say yes on that call. Juice.
I get that approval rating sticky.
Juice. One clap for Beta.
Juice. Sticky monkey.
Guys, also, cool. Questions, right? Questions. Guys, everybody, obviously, questions is the number one way to build rapport with customers. It's the number one way. Ask them questions. Yo, how long you had that dog for? How long you lived here for, right? But ask questions that show interest in their interests, hobbies, and culture. And that's where you use your five senses, right? Yo, is that bad? What are you listening to? Say that again?
I said, run that back. I don't think they heard you. Ask questions that what?
Ask questions that show your interest in their interests, hobbies, and culture. Juice?
Let's go,
Juice.
kid.
Hello.
Juice. Guys,
Go.
that's why we use
Juice.
our five senses.
Juice.
We use our five senses because it's going to allow us to ask those types of questions. If we see an Eagles fall, right? But if we see an Eagles jersey
Go
inside
Birds.
the house, what we gonna say? We gonna say, yo, you an Eagles fan? Guess what? I'm not an Eagles fan, but I'm gonna pretend like I'm an Eagles fan, right? Guys,
Oh, I know you was, because you was in real life.
it's all good. One big mistake that I see a lot of people make on the fields when they're talking to these customers. And guys, building rapport is so good, but it matters what you do. When we're asking questions, we don't just rapid fire questions. Yo, Eric. Yo, what's your favorite color? Oh yeah, that's cool. Yo, what's your favorite flower? Yo, but what color is your house? And we don't rapid fire questions, right? Your body language and tonality also matter when you're talking to these customers, guys. Your body language and your tonality matter. You can't be asking these customers questions like you're a police officer. That's not gonna work. You ever have a customer ask you, yo, why are you asking all these questions? That's probably because your tonality and your body language was given COP, cop, right? That's not what we're here to do. We're not police officers. We're here to make friends. Ask these customers questions the same way you ask your friend. Yo, Derry, yo, what you doing today, bro? Talk to me, right? The same way you would talk to your friends, you want to be talking to these customers. Juice?
Juice.
Another thing that's really important, make sure you guys write this part down too. Customers care how you make them feel, right? So when they're answering your questions, you ask them about their culture, you ask them about their kids, their favorite color, that car in the driveway, how long they live there, whatever it is. The most important thing that you guys can get from asking questions is how you respond to those questions. Juice, you need to make the customers feel like you heard them. You need to make these customers feel like you understand them. You got to make these customers feel like they lit, right? If you give a compliment about a tattoo that a customer got on their arm of a bird, and they say, you ask, yo, what's that a tattoo of? They say a bird. You don't rapid fire to the next question. Yo, that's fire, bro. That tattoo look brand new. Brand new. How long you had that for? Customers care about how you make them feel. The way you respond to the question or the answers that they're giving is what's going to help you build that rapport and that trust a lot faster. Juice?
Juice.
All right, cool. And then this is the last one. I got the report sliced up. I know we got the pitch pie. I call this the rapport pie. Guys, 10% of what we do at the door when it comes to building rapport is that icebreaker. The icebreaker, all that does is get you in the door, right? It just opens the door for conversation, and conversations are equal to opportunities. And opportunity is all that we need to be able to make money. Juice? Fire. 20% of what we do is asking questions. I just said it, right? It's never about the questions that you ask, and it's always about how you respond or how your responses make those customers feel about their answers. Juice?
Juice. You might gotta say that
I'm
one
making
more
sure y'all
time.
locked in. That's why I keep saying that.
You might
Guys,
gotta say
and
that
then-
one more time.
All right, cool. 20% of what we do when it comes to building rapport is asking questions. But remember, when you're asking these questions, it's never about the questions that you ask, and it's always about how your responses make your customers feel about their answers. Juice?
Juice.
30% of what we do when it comes to building rapport is we're using our senses, right? Using the things that we hear, the things that we smell, the things that we see, that will help you keep the conversation alive, right? Maybe you touch a sore point with a customer. You talk about, maybe it is a tattoo. You talk about a tattoo of their dead grandma, right? But what you see on their wall is they have a I don't know, a New York Knicks jersey on their wall, plastered, and you happen to be a Knicks fan or you know a lot about basketball, right? Change the conversation up, right? 30% of what we do when we're talking to these customers when it comes to building rapport is our senses, right? Our senses allow us to learn more about them without them even knowing, right? And if you're really, really good at this job, you turn into a chameleon and you become just like them. Juice? But 40% of it, right? It's 40%. I talked about it earlier. None of this stuff works if you don't do this. You can make jokes. You could give compliments. You could give an icebreaker. You can ask questions. None of this stuff works, guys, if you're not using the C principle. Three things. Never stop smiling when you're talking to a customer. Never break eye contact unless you're asking for that bill. We already know. If you ask for the bill, you got to break eye contact, right? And then always bring that energy that's going to have them positive, excited, because your energy is going to be contagious, just like your smile, and you're going to be met with that excited, positive energy. Juice?
Juice.
Fire. Juice. Next slide, we got Q&A, but Antoine said we're not doing Q&A. Write down your questions. If you have any questions, just write them down. I hope that was impactful for you guys. The biggest thing I will say when you guys go to this field is just remember. You make a friend, you make a sale. Focus on building rapport. Don't just spam questions like you're spamming a button on a video game. Make these customers feel good about the answers that they're giving you so that they feel good about giving you that bill. They feel good about saying yes on TBV and that they feel good about signing that contract. Juice?
Juice.
Said, my name is Jason, like Antoine said, and I'm going to pass it back to the man with the plan, Antoine Smith himself. Juice?
Let's go,
Juice.
Gil.
Let's go, Gil. Let's go, Gil.
Let's go. Hey, man. Love that. Man, you very impactful meeting on building rapport. Rapport is, that's how you turn a sales process. You make a friend, right? We always talk about going out there and making a couple of friends, right? You don't want to feel like you selling, even though you selling. That's the rapport that you build. You build rapport, you make the sale easy, bro. You make it easy. Good stuff. I'm excited about what we get to do in that specific workshop. I love how you tied it into doing something specifically in the field. Guys, write down your questions. Make sure that you're reaching out to Lou, reaching out to Jilson, and then we got Khalid up on the docket next, right? And then Ace is going to close us out. So just make sure you're writing these questions down. Make sure that you're writing one thing you're going to take and apply from each one of these sessions and implement in the field. That's how we get 1% better each and every day. So without further ado, we're going to have my guy Khalid talk to us about reflection. Now, this is, this reflection is, self-evaluation help, right? This is going to tie into the 4 stages of growth or consciousness that Isani was talking about yesterday, and it's going to be super exciting. Khalid, you with us? Let's go, Lee. Where you at? There you go, Lou. Number in the chat.
Shout out Gilson. Good idea from him. Had it.
Where you at, Khalid? Let's go. I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you. Technical difficulties.
I was just about to say that. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, Derry.
Somebody get a pitch popping.
Get the pitch.
Knock somebody do it right now. I'm not gonna somebody do it right now.
Yeah. Who gonna be the agent real quick, man?
Listen, I'll be the agent, man. Listen, I'm knocking somebody door.
Who's knocking right now?
Knock on my door, Beta.
Who is it?
It's Beta.
Who?
It's Beta. 2 seconds. Let me talk to you.
Doors open.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm actually terrible. Thanks for asking.
You feeling? Listen, I love a beard, but what you use for the beard? It's looking nice.
To be honest, I went to Turkey, my brother.
For real? Man, I'm trying to get mine. I need to take a trip out there. Is it cold out there?
A little bit. Ain't
okay,
cold
okay.
Here, but it's a little cold.
Listen, I'm Beta. I'm with Empower PA. I'm one of the managers here in the area. I'm assuming you're the one who handled the bills and stuff here. You look like the king of the castle. See the beard?
Yeah. That's me, bro.
I can tell. Look at you smiling already, man. It's a good day.
Man.
Doing a follow-up here is basically about like the bad air pollution problem that's been going on in PA. Basically, a lot of people just been getting sick, bro. Like real bad. It's not good. Just affecting like a lot of our respiratory issues. Pretty sure you heard about it like everyone else, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just basically, so what is happening is the way we generate our gas and our electric is coming from the power plant. You ever drive on the highway, you see that smoke and stuff coming out?
Yeah, facts.
Guess what? When it's windy like today, we breathe it in. It's not good. So what they did was they approved for us to stop pulling from the power plant for the gas and electric, and for us to start receiving a price protected rate just to protect it from any market increases.
Wait,
on
price
the bill.
protection? Price protection?
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna save me money? You gonna save me?
Listen, I can't guarantee you any savings. Only thing I can guarantee is you have more control over your bill. You look like you get your bill online, don't you?
Yeah.
You just like me,
Okay.
huh? Let me get some. Listen, take 2 seconds, pull up the bill.
We can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you.
What's
go.
up, Beta?
Let's go. Let's
My
go.
man
Let's
spoke
go,
that
Beta.
out as soon as he heard the thing too. Beta.
Let's go. All right, Lead, you ready?
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Let's
clap it
go.
up. Let's clap it up
Hey,
for all the trainers
Khalid.
for today, y'all. Let's clap it up for all the trainers.
Yeah, big lead.
Yeah,
Big
Lee.
Lead.
Big
All
lead.
right. Let's go. Let's go. I got you. Hold on. Let me stop sharing. I got you. Let me pull this up. I got it saved for you, dog. Look, you ain't even got to worry about it. I got you. Hold on 1 second.
You the go, Antoine.
I'm trying.
Let's go, Lead.
Trying. All right. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let me share my screen now. All right. The floor is yours. Let's go, Lead. Can you hear me? I think you're on mute, bro.
Y'all can hear me now?
Yep. There we go. There we go.
All
There
right,
we
let's
go.
clap it up. Let's clap it up. Let's start it up. Let's start it up. All right, so today we're talking about the 4 stages of consciousness. Does everybody know what consciousness is? You could you could just
It's
anybody
your
on
state
mute.
of awareness.
I would say to be aware of something.
I like that. Be aware. Okay. All right. All right. Let me get another one.
Knowing exactly what you're doing.
Knowing exactly. All right, that's a good one too. Let's get a clap for that. That's a nice one too. All right, let's get another one. Let me get one more. Let me get one more.
Competence.
Competence. Nice.
Being awake.
So right here in this photo, right, you see the same person, right? It's supposed to be me. It's supposed to be the locks, man. I tried. For me. But it's 4 different stages, right? So let's talk about the first photo. Like, how does he look in the first photo?
He look stressed out.
He look
Yeah, he look
uncertain.
stressed out.
He look uncertain.
Life ain't
He
hitting
don't
him
know
right.
what's going
Life ain't
on.
hitting him.
He looked fresh off of
He needs a break.
a TPV drop.
Hey,
I
that's what I'm
know.
saying. Like the
Looks
bag
like,
is not hitting. It's not.
He looked
It's
like
not
he
hitting.
forgot. He looked like he forgot he was just blessed with another 24 hours.
He
That's
look bewildered, really. He look
bewildered.
confused.
Confused. That's what
He
it
like
is.
he
Right?
was
All right,
getting
so
ready
now
to
look.
smoke or something.
Let's look. All right, so now let's get into the second one. How does he look in the second one?
What you thinking?
He look uncertain.
He thinking
He
about
coming up with a
something.
He
plan.
look like he
He
trying to
cooking
get
something
promoted,
up.
but he don't know
He
yet.
coming up with
He
a plan.
cooking something up.
He thinking
Trying to
like he's
figure everything out.
he's
Don't
starting. Now,
worry.
the engine is starting to go. The brain is clicking. It's
or
clicking. All right,
reflecting.
Like
now,
he's
boom.
creating a goal or something in his mind.
All right,
Or
nice.
He look
reflecting.
like he coming up with a plan or something.
All right, Juice. All right, so look. So now let's go to the third one. How you look in the third one? How you look? He look chest is a little out.
He look a little more
He look a
confident.
little funny
He's starting to
looking.
get more confident. Yeah.
Starting to build some confidence.
You look like
Juice.
you just got promoted.
All right, so look now. Last but not least, how does he look? How does he look?
The boss.
Number four.
He's him.
He's
Chest out,
him.
chin up.
You know what number 4 look
Chin
like?
up.
Number 4 really
Chest
looks
out, chin
like
up.
he's
He
starting
look
to
like
show
Khalid
just
right
a
there in
little
that
more.
chair. The
He
boss.
ready.
He
He ready.
look like
That's all it is. He ready.
you look like when he
That's
Look
it.
like me after I get out the shower.
So that's
He
what
look
we're
like
gonna
he
be
about to
talking
go
about
save the
tonight.
world or something.
One voice. One voice.
I like this. I
voice.
like the participation. I like the energy, but let's try to keep it to a minimum. All right. For me, everybody could. If you're gonna keep your mics off, as long as you can control it, I don't mind. But as long as we can keep the energy and we not over talking, we cool. Juice. All right, but all right, we can go to the next slide.
Juice.
Man, niggas is out. Hold as a bitch out this motherfucker, girl. I'm like,
yo, bro, can we go on mute?
Mute out.
Language.
All right, so boom, we talking about reaction. This is the first stage, reaction. This how he look in the photo. He looks stressed out. He's bugging out on the phone. He looked like he probably arguing with his shorty. What's going on, right? So it says, why is my life like this? Why is my life always like this? Like now you just putting the blame or you just reacting. Now you're emotional, right? Now let's zoom in, right? What is stage one? Stage one is living emotionally, not intentionally. It's reacting before thinking. It's letting external events control your internal state. Things that you have no control of, you're letting that impact you. How does that make sense, bro? Focusing on emotion with truth. Now, as you can see, look in the messages, look, he's looking in the phone. He's stressed out. He's sweating. It says, why didn't they respond? I can't believe they said that. I'm sending this. That's like being reactive. Like you're reacting to everything. You're emotional. So you're just reacting. You're moving with emotion, right? And it says stage one is a tight chest, shallow breathing, poor sleep, elevated stress, and constant tension. I don't know if when I'm zooming in, is that zooming in for y'all too or not? I'm bugging.
Nah, it's me. I'm sharing, remember? Everybody can see this, right?
Yeah, I just took a picture.
Yeah, you could
Nice.
like if you could
screenshot mine, yeah.
Because it's kind of hard to see if you could zoom it in for them.
Yep. I got you.
That'd be nice. Oh yeah, I thought it was boom, that's 30. Right? So now I reacted again. I sent too much. I feel stupid. Now you regret it. Now you think it back. I'm pretty sure we all been emotional and then done an action emotionally and regretted it later, right? We can all agree to that, right?
Juice, yes.
Juice.
Exactly. Juice. Why? Because you're in that reactive stage. In that stage, you're so reactive. You're not aware. You're not thinking that instead of sitting back and realizing, all right, I feel like this in a moment, which is why I feel like doing this. Let me not do that. But instead, you're like, nah, let me just do it because I feel like doing it. No control, right? If you could like zoom in, like slide to the left for a little bit. So look, it says why people get here. No emotional regulation, trauma or unresolved wounds, need for validation, fear of silence. People is uncomfortable with silence. And I don't understand why, but not being able to sit in silence is why you're so reactive, because you don't have the time to really sit back and think. You're always in reactive mood, just acting, Juice. Right. Juice. No pause between feelings. Juice. No pause between feelings and actions. Like your actions and your feelings are all together. It's like the wind. You just moving with your emotions. Instead of just being a tree and standing still and letting the emotions pass, you moving with the emotions. You're moving with the emotions. You're not a tree. You're not but at the end of the day, the whole point is, the whole idea is for you to become that tree. Right? All right, so we can go to the next slide.
My bad. Hold on.
That's all right.
That's all right. It's because I zoomed in so much.
That's all right.
All right, there we go. 6, 4. There it is, right here.
All right, this is stage 2, right? Who thinks they overthink?
I do.
I definitely overthink.
I do at times. I do.
I do.
I know I do.
What people fail to realize is it's okay. There's no such thing as overthinking, right? You're only overthinking when you're thinking and allowing those thoughts to dictate your actions. That's overthinking. But sitting there and sitting in silence and just looking at everything that's on the chessboard, just figuring everything out, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how you come up with solutions. That's what you come up with plans. You're supposed to take everything in and just figure everything out, let everything hit all at once. It's supposed to feel like that, and it's not supposed to be comfortable. But why? You go through that uncomfortability so you could grow. And now, I grew, and now I got a solution. Now I'm cool, right? So if you look at the photo here, He looks a little stressed out, but he's thinking. He's mapping things down. He's strategizing, right? Is this the right choice? What's going to happen now? Am I good enough? That's you reflecting. And the only way you're able to reflect is by sitting in silence and looking inward. How often do we really do that? Really ask yourself, how often do we all do that?
Every morning, baby. Miracle morning. Let's go.
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah, Twan.
That's good to hear. That's
I don't
really
do
good
it
to
every
hear.
day. I'm gonna be honest.
And if it's not something that
You gotta
you're
start
not
doing it.
exactly. Now it's just to change the activity. That's all. Now you know. Sitting in silence is very important. If you sit in silence, you're gonna start figuring a lot about yourself. It's gonna allow you to become more calm. It's gonna be able to allow you to now when a emotional situation arises, you can sit back and think like, all right, but I feel like this in this moment. I know it's the wind. Emotions is like weather. Weather comes and it goes. It changes. It's going to be the sun is gonna shine again. It's not gonna rain forever. So let it just rain. I'm gonna be a tree. What does a tree do when it's raining? It just stand there and just take the rain, bro. But then when the sun is there, it's there for the shade too. Juice. All right, so
Juice.
Is it like zoomed in enough for everybody? Can y'all see that? It's kind of like I'm having to squint a little bit.
I could kind of zoom it in on my phone.
All right, yeah. If y'all can zoom it in on your phones, that's cool. All right, but right. What is stage 2? Stage 2 is you're trapped in your own mind. You're analyzing, but you're not making no action, right? You're consistently imagining worst case scenarios. You're exhausted by endless what ifs, and you're searching for certainty you'll never find, right? Stage 2 is trapped in your own mind. We said that already. Obsessed over indecision, mental exhaustion, emotional drain. We all felt like this before, right? This is I know how I have. Right? That we have emotional impact, doubting every decision, feeling inadequate, stuck in your head, not your life, resentment or regret, emotional drain. Right? I keep running in circles. I should just give up. That's when we start thinking like, damn, like, should I give up? We all been there. Like, we feel like, damn, maybe this is not right. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe this job is not for me. Maybe it's too cold. Maybe I can't work. Maybe I'm too sick. Maybe I should just sleep in today. Maybe I should not just come to work.
Preach.
You feel me? We all been there, but why people get here, right? They was never taught how to solve problems, only how to worry. All we do is worry, but we don't. There's no point in worrying. Worrying just wastes time. We don't have time to worry. We need solutions. We need action.
Yes.
Why? Because every time that you're sitting and worrying, that's time that's taken away from the action. Right?
Yes.
Then we have mental impact. Your mental is your most important thing. We know that. Mental is the most important thing. How can you move with a sharp like physical and mental frame? You feel me? Stress, paralyzing anxiety, procrastination, mental exhaustion. We all been there, right? Now we get it. Now what's the next step? All right, so let's get to the next slide, please.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I found it. Stage 1, stage 2. Dang, why does this thing keep jumping? That's me. That's all me, y'all. My bad.
No,
there we
cool.
go.
Now we have stage 3, right? We have consciousness, intentional. Now you playing chess. Now you sat in enough silence that allows you to now I'm not thinking with emotion. Now I'm thinking with strategy. Now I'm thinking 10 steps ahead. Now I'm thinking like, I'm emotional right now. If I do this, that's going to do that. That's going to lead to this happen. Then this going to happen. I'm not doing that. I'm going to chill out. Now you're thinking. Now you're using your head, right? I move with intention, not urgency. It's not about moving fast. It's not about feeling an emotion and needing to act immediately. No, it's about moving intentional. What's the right move to make? Right? Because all we have is decisions. We all have decisions to make in our lives, right? We all have decisions, right? And it's either you're making the right decisions or the wrong decisions.
Juice.
But at the end of the day, we are in control of all of those decisions, right? What is stage 3? Shifting from what feels good to what feels needed. What moves the needle? Because at the end of the day, we need to be moving the needle little by little to closer and closer to our goals, to the things we want in life, to things we're trying to accomplish. That's what we need to be doing every day. And it's the decisions that we make in our everyday lives is what's going to lead to either the needle just standing still and being stagnant, or just going away from it, away from the goals, away from everything. Which direction are you trying to go in, man? Right? So now it says, what stage is 3? It's shifting from what feels good to what, calculating the cost over everything. Everything has a cost. Every decision you make has a cost. It's either you're gonna pay for it in a good way, or you're gonna get debt from it. Either way, right? Then we have thinking in steps, not snaps. You're thinking in steps, not snaps. Snaps is like taking a photo. Boom, it's quick. It's in a moment. Boom, it's in a moment. You're just capturing the moment. Now you're taking a moment and now it's like, boom, I'm acting. But thinking in steps is, okay, boom, I feel like this, right? So, all right, let me chill out. Let me sit in. Let me stop talking. Let me just breathe a little bit. Let me get calm, because now if I'm calm, then I can make a decision. That's thinking in steps, right? Then we have emotions signal not dictate, right? Emotionals are just like signals. They're just like, all right, it's like I said, like weather. When it's raining, when it rains, what you do? When it rains, what do you
umbrella.
do? You get an umbrella. You prepare for that. You know what
That's
to do.
fact.
You know what
I
to do
dance
when
in the
you're
rain.
angry. When you angry, you know I'm angry. I know I'm gonna crash out, but I ain't gonna crash out. You prepare for that. You know when it's angry, you know what to do. When you're sad, you know what to do. I'm sad. Everybody gets sad, but it flows. It's weather. Who cares? You tired. You don't want, like, okay, everybody's tired, but at the end of the day, when I'm tired, I know that's when I gotta push harder. You feel me?
Fact.
All right, so now we have, why do people get here, right? They shift from emotional survival to strategic living. Emotions is a survival instinct. That's the animal nature in us. That's just our ability just to like act off an impulse. Are you the impulser? Are you getting impulsed? Because at the end of the day, if you can't control your own impulses, somebody has control of your impulses. Because if you're not in control, who's in control?
Juice.
Life is a cell. At the end of the day, life is a cell. If you're not in control of your life, somebody's in control of your life. Right? All right. Then let me go to the next slide, please.
There we go. Self-mastery.
This is the fun part, man. And this is when you know all your hard work done paid off. This is when you can sit back. Look, you see, look, his button, he opened his button up a little bit because now he done put in a lot of work. Right? Self-mastery. Now you're the observer. Now, when you get into a room, the first thing you do is you don't talk. You come into a room, you just observe. You're just like watching everybody's body language. Now you're just trying to figure stuff out in your head. Now you're just trying to read the room before, like I'm pretty sure I heard this yesterday about talking about, I'm pretty sure it was Franz about reading the room. It all correlates. Now we going back to reading the room. Now you're able to do that. That's how you develop those skills. It's by self-mastery, because now you understand yourself.
Juice.
Right? What is stage 4, right? It's peaceful detachment. Y'all see on my wall right here, detachment. Chase nothing but God. Chase nothing but God, right? Now we have calm leadership. That's when you can lead. That's when you can lead. That's when you can lead and be calm. Now, when your reps is not really developing in the speed that you want, you sit back and understand, like, yo, I remember when I first started, I wasn't the fastest to get to get this done. I didn't figure it out in a day. Oh, this person grew up. Now you understand, okay, this person grew up different than me. maybe the things that I went through in my life allowed me to learn things a little bit faster. Maybe they because of their own life experiences, they have their own way of learning. Now you start looking in different lenses. Now you can live. That's the whole point. Now you can start looking in different lenses. It's not emotional lenses. Now, yeah, this person, this kid, he can't even do the job, man. I'm doing everything I can. That's emotional. You're looking in an emotional lens. Now all of that goes away, right? Then we have undistracted noise. You're not distracted by noise. You know noise is noise. Emotions is noise. It comes and it goes. A noise, and it's you have, like I said, the choice to let it dictate your actions, or you can let the emotion just come and go. You could be the tree and let it rain, let it snow. From me?
Locked in.
Locked in. Talk to him,
Lee.
brother.
Then we have, when you master yourself, you master everything else. Stage 4 is not about getting everything. That's what I want everybody to understand. Because you never understand everything. You never understand it. You never know everything. Right? It's about no longer being controlled by anything. I control everything. I control my mind. I control my body. I control me. My emotions. I control everything because nothing can control me. If nothing can truly control you, you control yourself. That's when you really have self-control. That's when you really have self-mastery. Right? It's years of discipline and compound, and it becomes freedom. I don't have it down packed there, I'll tell you that, because I get emotional and react here and there. It's just about getting better at it. And it's happening less frequent. Then once you start, it happens less frequent, then you're gonna start noticing. Now that's just your lifestyle. This is the lifestyle. That you see the way he's sitting back. Y'all see the private jet in the back. Y'all see the bread on the table. Y'all see the bread on the table.
I see.
For me, right? And I already have everything I worked for. Freedom of self-discipline. That's just what it is. Freedom of self-discipline. So before we go to the next slide, I just want to hear some thoughts. Let me get some comments. Like, I'll take a few.
Open it up.
So, matter of fact, I'll go.
It's all about Khalid.
Anybody could go. It's open.
Ebony got her hand raised.
I can't even
got
see
Jade.
That. How you see the hand raised?
Okay, Ebony, Jade, and Lou. That's the 3 we'll go.
All right, boom. And we got Beta and
Beta.
Yeah.
All right, we do 4.
Boom. All right, so let's have Jade. Jade go first.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I thought it was really good. It kind of left off, but I thought it was an interesting, like the visuals, like where your mindset. Like you explained everything. I thought it was really good.
Okay, all right. Because the reason why I'm doing this, because then the next slide, I'm gonna ask y'all a very important question, and it's gonna be for you to see where you are right now, and the steps you need to take to get to where you need to be. Juice, right? So now let me have Lou go. Lou go.
Can you just repeat the question one more time? Sorry, like it just completely left my mind for a sec.
Yeah, so it's just right now, just what are your, I just want to hear what's on your mind right now. Just on this, all the stages, all the pop, like I want to hear the quick talk before we go into the last slide.
I mean, to keep it a rack, I mean, from the very beginning, right, when you showed the 4 pictures, I kind of like already looked at it like, all right, well, obviously it gets better over time. You know what I mean? Like this too shall pass. I think that it was a really good way of like how you articulated like the actual like steps or like the actual process of like which stage you're in or where everyone else is in just in general. So I just thought you did a fantastic job of just like, you know, obviously differentiating every single one of them. But especially what stage 4 is, play the long game to the end. That's actually one of my favorite things that you actually have on there. Because Empower is all about the long game, right? If you're looking for instant gratification, this is not for you. This is something you have to continuously put the work in. And you may or may not find yourself in, one of those 4 stages, but the idea is that the idea is just like you understand it's not about right now, but it's about if you put in the work now, you can also get there in a couple months. And I think that's like the general idea of like how to get out from one stage to another one. So
Juice, I like that. I like that take. I like that take. I just this is the reason I want to hear what the leaders got to say too. And if we can feed the FRs and the new people need to hear this, right? All right, Beta, let's go.
Yo, first of all, bro, I really love the illustration. It really brought everything in, right? One of the main things what I got from this is that self-consciousness is noticing yourself really without beating yourself up, right? Like I love what you said about like sitting in silence. It got you really thinking like, all right, you sitting in silence, thinking like, all right, what am I doing now? Right? Not overthinking about the moment, but actually owning the moment, right? Hence, or what our word of the year is that ownership. Right. So basically, just smiling, just
own that ish.
See, my man Twine on it. But just being that calm leader and being in control. I love what you said that everything comes with a cost. So basically just being aware of yourself, just not beating yourself up about it. Because we all gonna make mistakes. We all gonna F up. But having that ownership, I feel like that goes hand in hand with consciousness.
Juice,
That's
I
very
like that.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Juice, I appreciate it. Juice. Let's get clap for that. Let's get claps for everybody. Let's have France go real quick whenever we get to the last slide and we close this out real quick.
Nah, man, I love this. I love this presentation right here. What I learned from this presentation is that you always gotta look inward before you start doing a lot of blaming outward. A lot of times we like to do a lot of blaming, pointing fingers, things of that nature. But this concept that you just showed was the only way for you to be able to grow. You gotta look at yourself inward first, and when you look at yourself inward, you'll be able to grow to the fullest extent. So love it, man. I love it. Made me think about my life.
Juice. All right, now we could go to the last final slide. We could close this out. The most important one.
Go.
First question, right? First question is for everybody, right? And I want us to really let's take 20 seconds, man. And just really, let's sit in silence, man. Let's really all sit in silence right now. And I'm gonna even do this for myself too. And let's figure out, where are we at? Where are we really at? What stage do we really feel like we are in this business or in our lives? And what stage and what do we need to do to get to where we need to be? You're gonna take 10 seconds. Let's take 10 seconds. All right, boom. So I'm gonna go first, right? I'm gonna say I'm on stage 3. I wouldn't say I'm fully self-mastered. And I'm gonna be honest with myself too, because of the simple fact that I think I tell you this now, if you're still in the point of your life where let's say your significant other can cause you to get so upset that it's impacting your work even just a little bit, you got some work to do, my boy. You got some work to do. I'm just telling what it is. And that's just all just being real, bro. And at the end of the day, it's we all have some development to do. And I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna get to stage 4, boy. And I know what I have to do is just really, like I said, being so confident and so aligned within yourself that you nothing stresses you. Nothing bothers you. Why? Because you're so you understand how emotions work. You understand that emotions is just when you just breathe. Just breathe. You're gonna get calm. You're not gonna be mad forever. How long are we all really mad for? Let's be real. Probably 30 minutes. Max an hour. Now you forgot about it. Now you forgot about it. Now you smiling and laughing at the TikTok you watching or something on your phone. Come on. It's that's like a child. Like a child, when a child is crying, a child is gonna stop crying eventually and start laughing again. we got to start thinking about it in that angle. We're not children. We grown adults. We bosses. We all bosses, and that's where I'm at. So let's now. I'm gonna take some hands, like for people that want to share out, and then that's the last slide for the day.
We'll take two. We'll take two that we didn't take, so we can.
I got one.
Yeah, can I go? Can I go, please?
I got
all right,
one.
we take look. We'll do Rodney and we'll do Jamal. Rodney been waiting for a long time.
All right, cool. That's cool.
I feel like that was a good takeaway. Like we never mad forever. Like we all be going through what we going through, but sooner or later you're gonna get over it and be able to push forward. So I like that at the end for sure.
All right, that's a takeaway. He asked, the question was what stage? What stage?
What stage?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the stage of, I would say the third stage as far as life, but as far as the job, I would say the second stage. I'm still like learning.
Juice.
I ain't gonna lie.
I love that. I love the honesty. All right, let's go more.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say stage 4. The reason why I say stage 4 because the mastery is already there. Now it's more of like I know what's stopping me, and it's up to me to let the things, like for example, like we all got vices, right? We all got our own vices. Our vices are all different, right? But it's up to us to understand and to know how to control those vices, right? And not let those vices control yourself, right? So I got to the point where I'm able to master myself, to know my vices. I know what's wrong for me, right? But the biggest thing is let's do what's right for me, right? Because what's so wrong is so easy to do wrong. But the hard part is doing it right. But then also continue to keep mastering myself to be able to be comfortable with the right things and not the wrong things.
Juice about
that.
Juice.
Khalid, is he stage 4 or is he really stage 3? Talk to him. Talk to us.
So I'm actually happy you said that, Antoine, because I was just gonna let you rock, my boy. I was gonna let you rock, but I'm never gonna do that. I'm never gonna do that because at the end of the day, we are not stage 4 means you. That's what you at where you want to be in life. You made it.
Mm-hmm.
You made it.
Yep.
You feel like you made it. There's nothing more you need to do. There's not really much more you could do. You made it. That's how you felt.
Juice.
Wait, I got a question though.
Mm-hmm.
When you say stage 4, like, what do you mean by that? Like,
stage
what do
4,
you?
Stage 4 is self-mastery, which means that you mastered yourself and you are where you wanted to be in life. That's mastery.
Yeah. So just to tie it down, more everything you said is right, except for when you said you just got small things that you got to do to consistently allow you to be in stage 4. You do got things mastered, but if you can't be in stage 4, if you are consciously aware that there's things you still got to do, and that's the chess. That's why you would probably be a little bit more stage 3 than jumping into that stage 4.
Juice.
I love that. So I hope everybody enjoyed this training. I hope everybody took a lot from this training. What I really want everybody to take home from this training is reflect on your lives consistently and daily, and make every decision that you make is either putting you towards your goals or putting you away from it or making you stagnant. That's all I gotta say.
And I got a quick question, Khalid. So I love how you broke down the stage, and I feel like these stages is very good, especially for the new stars that's coming in the Empire. But how do you get a stage 4? Like, how do you get a mastery level?
Still figuring it out myself, my brother. That's mastery is figuring it out. It's different for everybody. Everybody has a different. I can't tell you how I master myself. That's not gonna be how you master yourself.
Juice. That was a fire answer.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yo, can I drop it down real quick?
Who's that? Kasim? Is your name Kasim?
Nasim.
Nasim, go ahead.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have Isani. Because it's a continuation of Isani's. I'm gonna let her wrap us up, and then we're gonna go to Ace. Go ahead, Sim.
I really just wanted to say, right, like we already live in a world full of darkness, right? Like wherever you go, if you go on social media, wherever you go, it's always politics, it's always negativity, right? What I wanted to say for real is like be a light in the darkness. Like You never know what people going through. You never know what's on somebody's mental. So before you be reactive, before you decide to like curse somebody out over something so small, I just say like, for me, take it into consideration. Like, this person may be going through something. My lightness, my grace may be what you need in this moment. But
That's
because I'm
facts.
not thinking like that and I want to project negativity, I'm gonna like that negativity gonna return one day when I don't want it, when I don't ask for it. You feel me? So I just wanted to say really like just keep your head sharp and just don't be a sheep, be a lion. Like stand out, be an example. Because at the end of the day, none of this is gonna matter in 200 years when we're all gone. Feel me? So your opinion not gonna matter. Your opinion, just be the light. You know what I'm saying? Be a positive
Juice.
example and role model, and just do what you gotta do, and just shine your light wherever you go.
Juice, appreciate that. Appreciate
No,
that.
the same juice.
Very nice.
Let's go, E. Let's go, E.
There is literally nothing I need to say after that. That was so fire. No, I loved it. Like he pretty much wrapped it up. I don't know. I think I had like a small epiphany. I was just thinking like I'm like, damn, is it possible? Because some people chose 2 stages. I think it was Rodney. He chose 2 stages for 2 different experiences he was having.
Fact.
And I thought to myself, I'm like, maybe it's, I don't know, Kali, maybe you can correct me, but I'm like, maybe it's possible that you can be in between many stages depending on what experience you're actually looking at. Like if you're looking at it from a professional standpoint, just looking at Empower, you may be at stage 4 or stage 3. But when you look at, I don't know, your role as a mother or your role as a brother or a father or, whatever, you may be stage 2, so it just made me kind of realize that we don't only just play the role of an employee here to Empower, but we have different experiences based off our role that we play in just everyday life, and that could also shape what stage we're in. So if you're confused, I think it's just probably because you're looking at one angle of your life, So I don't know. I was just thinking about that, but
Juice.
This is great.
Let's go. Let's clap it up. Let's clap it up for Kali.
Yeah.
Let's clap it up for E. That was good. We could be in different stages of our consciousness, right? It depends on what we're in, right? What mode we're in, what part of our life we're looking at. This was fire content. I really appreciate you taking the time to put that together. The visuals is actually what was fire for me. The visuals was crazy. And so, I had a hard time figuring out how to put it to where it could just roll seamlessly. Canva was tripping, PowerPoint was tripping, but it's all good. It was good. We still got the content. This is recorded as well. Remember, this is recorded. I'll get those uploaded, these videos uploaded in a place that we can share all of this juice, right? So without further ado, we're going to have our closer of the day. We're going to have our closer of this portion of our day lead us out into our lunch break, right? He's going to lead us out into our lunch break, and he's going to be talking about persuasion, right? And it's going to tie a little bit into the 4 types of personalities, y'all.
Ooh, get y'all notebooks out for this one. Get y'all notebooks out.
We got some more juice, so that it's just juice on top of juice on top of juice. It's juicy juice. And I'm excited for this. But without further ado, Ace, are you ready to lead us into persuasion?
Yeah, of course. I'm ready. Yo,
Let's
Kali
go.
again, though, man. Kali.
Yeah.
That's a hard act to follow right there. That's a hard act to follow.
Do you need me to share my screen, or you're gonna share your screen?
Nah. Share my screen. I want you to share the screen for me, please.
I got you.
Saying I'm gonna do my best, though. Let's go.
Let's go. All right.
You got it, Ace. Let's go.
Here
we go. Let's go.
So, today, what we are talking about is the power of persuasion. Juice by that?
Juice.
All right, cool. So before we start, I got one rule and one rule only. Be on point, because I might call you out just to see if you know what we're talking about. Juice by that?
Juice.
All right, cool. So be on point. Be on point. All right. I don't care if your camera off. I might call you, so be on point. All right, cool. So power of persuasion. This is what we're going over to. Next slide, Antoine.
Gotcha.
All right, cool. Persuasion. Definition of persuasion. Let me get I'm gonna go easy. Let me get a beta beta. If you read that first bullet point. What is persuasion?
Y'all can hear me?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sir.
So, what is persuasion? To influence someone's thoughts, beliefs, or actions in a respectful and what did I say? Voluntary way.
Juice. One copy, beta.
Yeah,
The
beta.
key word right there is respectful and voluntary. Juice by that?
Juice.
Juice. Respectful and voluntary. We want to change someone's thoughts, beliefs, or actions. Now, the next bullet point says it's not about forcing or manipulating. It's about guiding others toward a new perspective or decision. Drop an I in the chat if you ever had a customer that told you, hey, look, I don't want a supplier. I had a supplier before. Or I never had a supplier and I just don't want it. Drop an I in the chat.
Everybody.
Juice, I'm seeing everybody. But now drop an I in the chat. If someone told you that and then you still signed them up. Let's go. Let's go. I'm seeing them.
I had to spam that joint a couple times just for you, Ace. Just a couple times.
So now all that tells me is that if you've done that, then you had a way to persuade someone and you knew how to persuade someone. Juice by that? Because what you did was in a voluntary way, you changed their thoughts, beliefs, or actions. Because can we make them hop on TPV?
Nah.
No.
Can we make them sign the contract?
No.
Can we make them put glass on their roof?
No.
So if they turn around and said no the first time and then they still did it afterwards, so what does that mean? You have some type of skill of persuasion. Juice by that?
Juice.
Persuasion is a critical soft skill that builds trust. I want y'all to write this down right here. It builds trust and fosters mutual benefit. It builds trust and fosters mutual benefit. However, at the end, if you see it right at the end, it says the choice remains in the hands of the other person. And by the end of this impact, you'll be able to still get the person to do what you want them to do, but they'll feel as if they made the decision themselves. Juice by that?
Juice.
All right, so before you go to the next slide, we're going to talk about three principles of persuasion. Let me go to the next slide, Antoine. 3 principles. So this is the first one, liking. Yo, I was listening to Gilson's impact. I almost was jumping on my seat because Gilson's impact was so related to this first principle of persuasion. I felt like he read my notes. Juice by that?
Juice.
So the principle of liking means we say yes more often to people that we like. We say yes more often to people that we like. Have you ever noticed? I got some of my friends. Man, they love their wives. They love their wife. So whatever their wife tell them to do, they're gonna go and do it, no matter what it is. Juice by that?
Juice.
Juice. I know some guys. Say that's my brother. You guys did not come from the same parents and nothing, but you like this person so much, yo man. If he want me to go and crash out for him, I'm gonna go and do that. Juice by that?
Juice.
We say yes to more people that we like, and there's a couple reasons. You know why? We gonna be real on this call. We see yes because first things first, we're similar. We can be similar in age. We can be similar in personality. We can be similar in the things we like to eat, we like to drink. Maybe this person compliments you a lot. Eric, I love my guy Eric. Every time I see Eric give me a nice compliment. I can't wait to see Eric. Big E. Every time I see him, he give me a nice compliment. That's my guy off of that one thing. Yo, that Eric is always gonna make me feel good. Juice by that? Juice. Rapport. Sometimes people say yes just because we got a good rapport. I may not like this person. This person may not be the most favorable person in my discography of friends, but I got a good rapport with this person. Me and this person never bumped heads. So you know what? I'm gonna say yes just because I know this person. Juice by that? Juice. And the last thing is just any type of genuine connection. Feelings are the strongest factors when it comes to decision making. I'm gonna call on, you know what I'm saying? Get ready. Hold on. Let me ask who my ass.
Call him out.
I'm gonna go with this guy. He always got Javon. Go with Javon. Why is feelings one of the strongest factors when it comes to decision making? Javon, you good?
you hear me?
All right, there we go. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
You said why are feelings?
The strongest factor when it comes to decision making. Why do you think that's so?
Because people like to do business with people they want to do life with. So if they trust you, they understand you, that you understand them, there's that mutual connection, then they're more likely gonna make that decision.
Shoes. One clap for Javon. All right, I could not have said it any better than that. People, one thing I'm gonna teach y'all: people make decisions based off feelings and then use logic to justify the actions afterwards. I'm gonna say that one more time. People use feelings to make decisions, then logic to justify the reason afterwards.
Message.
Message. I don't know if I'm a little too old for y'all. Message. So I remember that. This is why we have people sitting in the court of law. Hey, look, I was just feeling this way. I didn't think about it after. And they trying to justify and defend themselves. Juice?
Juice.
Juice. All right. So next slide. Hold on, Antoine. Don't go. Damn. Since I got Eric right here, I don't know. He's on my screen. I got him right here. Eric, based on what we talked about yesterday in terms of phase 4 types of personalities, what type of personalities you think that this type of persuasion will work best on?
I would say there's
no wrong answers.
The expressive.
Juice. One clap for Eric. All right, we go to the next slide. Antoine. All right, so we got 2 types of people: amiable and expressive. These are the 2 types of personalities that you can use the persuasion of liking for. Juice by that?
Juice.
More so amiable than expressive. And the reason why, be very cautious when... Oh, no, pardon me. See, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yes, amiable and expressive. I almost gave y'all the juice too early. Amiable and expressive. These are the 2 types of personalities. You know why? Because one, amiable people, they're already people pleasers. So if you get them to like you, if you find some type of common ground or type of similarities, they're already gonna want to do whatever you need from them to do for you. Juice by that?
Juice.
And then expressive people, we already seen these type of expressive people. They'll come to the door, open the door. It might be 30 degrees outside, but they got the door wide open, standing in front of the door with shorts. And they laughing at you. They laughing with you. They conversating, like any type of thing. No matter what type of interaction is, these are the best people to really show them like, hey, look, make yourself likable, because people like what they like. People don't like, and people don't like what they don't like. It's straight like that. You ever met somebody, you don't know why you don't like this person, but you like, I don't like this person. you don't even know why.
Never said a word to you. Never even said a word to you.
That's another conversation for another time, but it's just natural behavior. You like what you like, and you don't like what you don't like. It's straight like that. So we want to make sure we keep that. Now, a couple ways how we can do this. Find common ground quickly, immediately. No, I don't care what we're doing. I need to find some type of common ground. I got a sale before because I thought a lady was selling her house. She told me the little sign in front of her porch or in her grass, it was actually for a school. It's for a school PTA meeting. Just that one. And I asked about that before I even talked about anything else. And it got me a sale. You know why? Because amiable and expressive people will give you that opportunity. Drivers, they're trying to get straight to the point, correct?
Correct.
So we want to use that for those type of people. We use it for amiable and expressive. Now, if you don't know how to find common ground, this is something I learned in the beginning of my career. The 3 H's. This is how we can find common ground. And Gilson said, be nosy. I love that. The term he was using, hot spots. What do you smell in the crib? What do you see in the crib? What do you hear in the crib? What do you smell outside? What do you see outside? What do you hear from outside? Because a lot of times I've been in a hallway of an apartment building. They're throwing a party in the apartment. I don't hear it until the door opens up. Juice by that?
Juice.
3 H's, hot spots. What do you hear, see, or smell? If that's an easy way to build up a conversation to figure out these type of people. Juice by that?
Juice.
Humor. A lot of you guys do not know. I understand. I'm not a funny person. I'm not that funny. But I learned how to be funny with people at the door. And the easiest way, make fun of yourself. Be vulnerable with yourself. If it's something that you know someone else has laughed at, I promise you'll find them laugh at that as well. Easy money. easy work, especially with the older type of people. They love older people. I love closing older people. You know why? Because they always want to feel like they teaching you something. Go ahead, teach me. Sign right here on that dotted line, please.
Yeah, fact.
Go ahead, teach me. Oh, you want to? Oh, your grandson ain't been here in 6 months. Oh, I'm gonna be right here the whole time. I'm your new grandson. Let's go. Let's go. Juice by that.
Juice.
Juice. I love speaking with older people because they are the best people that they want to build a relationship because they're not talking to that many people all day. They're not talking to many people at all. So when you come, I love to be that type of person. Also, too, match number 3, match talking style. Please drop an I in the chat. This is especially for my New Yorkers. I know my New Yorkers are going crazy for this, or people from Jersey. Drop an I in the chat. You're ever on a rush to work and you're trying to buy something, and a person is taking real long. Like they talking slow. They asking you about your day. Like, yo, I see it going off. Juice.
When you in a rush, they take long. Everyone takes long.
You cannot do that with people. If this person may be expressive or amiable, but they'll talk fast. If they're a fast talker, you need to talk fast. You know why? If they're a fast talker, their brain is moving a mile a minute. So if you're talking slow, they're like on the edge of their seat trying to figure out what you about to say next. Juice? This is an easy way to make someone like you. Talk at their speed. Now, if they're a slow talker, you need to talk slow because if you're talking too fast, they're going to feel like, man, you trying to get over on me. Juice by that?
Juice.
Yeah. Juice. Yo. Our next point is ask small personal questions. I'm telling you, I was looking at Gilson's workshop. I'm like, man, this guy got my notes. I love this. Yo, it shows the alignment. It shows the alignment, man. I swear, the alignment is crazy. Asking small personal questions, man. I love that. Small personal questions, because this right here can get you into the humanized factor of the hotspots. The humanized factor of the hotspots, where I've had a small, tiny personal question has led to a customer crying to me right before we hopped on TPV. A small, very small personal question. It started from, what do you do for work? And her job of what she does for work equal to her why. And it just went from there right before we hopped on TPV, crying on my shoulders. Like, I see it, crying on my shoulder. And then she hopped on TPV. Yes. No. Yes. Juice by that?
Juice.
Small personal questions will build up a whole thing. And this last one, how to do it, I hear this answer on too many times. Be more interested than interesting.
Talk.
This is the easiest way to make someone like you. Because a lot of times you haven't caught a vibe with a customer or with somebody and they talk about something that you're really into. Sometimes we find ourselves talking more than the customer. Whoa, slow your roll. You got too much dip on your chip. Let this person talk. Let this person get what they need to get off, because you might be the first person to ever ask them about this specific thing that they're interested in. And then it turns into, hey, look, I like this person because no one ever asked me that. But now if you take that floor away from them, if you take that from under them, now it's just going to feel like, you just like everybody else. You don't really care. That was just an empty question just to move the sale along. Juice by that? Juice. Now, hold on. France, can you read the first 2 bullet points for when?
For sure. The first 2 bullet points is when is immediately when the door opens. And the second one is in between transitions.
Juice. What that last one, this in between transitions, what does that one mean?
In between when I'm getting through the sales conversation. That means in between the pitch, the bill breakdown, the TV prep, as well as the close. I have to be able to know how to use my personality, but know how to be able to put that stuff on for my customer so I can be able to get through the whole entire sale.
Juice, 1 clap for that. Thank you, Franz. It goes into the next point. You want to be very, very likable because you're persuading this person in dead space. Let's say someone comes to I'm gonna give you a scenario. Let's say someone comes to the door, good vibes, everything, and they say, oh, I need to find the bill. Cool. But they tell you come inside as they find the bill. So you sit right here, you sit down. As they're looking for the bill, do you want to be quiet or do you want to make some small talk?
Small talk.
Small
I'm trying to
talk.
build with you. Where that bill at? Where's
Small
that?
talk.
Ooh,
You keep
Juice,
talking about
Tell me
small
about your
talk.
grandkids. Tell me
I
about
know
your
you
kids.
see me watching.
One voice. Look, great, Juice. And the reason why we want to talk, especially in those times, is because it might get awkward. Yo, why I got this random dude, this random girl in my crib? Who is this? Especially me. I always got reps with me, or I always got an observation. I'm bringing 3 people in your house. So I'm trying to ask everything. I want to make some small talk. Juice by that?
Juice.
And liking also works when handling small objections. We all had customers, especially if you're in a low demographic area. Customer might ask you aggressively, very aggressively. My bill not gonna go high, right? But it's just a question. Don't panic. Still be that likable person that they like. They just trying to make sure. Now you good. Man, I got you. Juice for that?
Juice.
Next slide. See the chat going over. All right. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Pardon me. I know what this is, but I always struggle with this word. Please take your time.
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity. Thank you, Antoine.
Antoine know the dictionary.
Are they dead ass right now?
Reciprocity. So for the definition of reciprocity, let me get I just seen a nice thing. Let me get who's this? Jalen Johnson from Philly. Can you read that first?
Let's go, JJ.
The first bullet point.
Providing a favor, service, or any value for the intent to receive something in return.
Juice, one clap for that. Juice, thank you, Miss Jalen Johnson. So, providing a favor, service, or any value for the intent to receive something in return. So now, I want to tread lightly on this because you're not supposed to do things for people to get something back. All right, but there is a way to persuade people into doing stuff with doing stuff with reciprocity. The only way goes into the second point. The receiver's interest should be greater than your own. So if you're doing something for someone, their interest should be greater than your own. That's the only way this is going to work. That's the only way that this is going to be mutually beneficial. Because if it's not mutually beneficial, then you're not persuading somebody, you're manipulating them. Juice by that?
Juice.
Can you repeat that, please?
If you're not persuading someone, you're manipulating them. The only way reciprocity works is if the person's interest is greater than your own.
Juice.
That's why the saying says, scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Me, I like to get my back scratched. I like to go to the massage, stuff like that. They never scratch your back as good as you'll probably get in there. They never really do it how you probably do it. So I love that point because if you're not persuading someone, you're manipulating them. It needs to be a mutual benefit. Juice by that?
Juice.
I could now. Why is this important? The first point, Michael Reyes, this just popped up on the screen. I don't even know where you came from. Read the first point for me. Why this is important. To the right.
To the right?
Yes, sir.
Right, so first point we have here, people feel obligated to give something back.
Juice, one clap for Mike. All right, Mike, based off that first point, what does that mean to you?
You with us. So Juice. So this is great, by the way. So to me, what it means is exactly that. Like, for instance, if like for your analogy, if somebody scratches your back, you're inclined to scratch their back, or you don't mind to scratch their back because they did that favor for you. So it's like they won't mind to owe you one in a sense, right? Because they gave you something that you benefited from. So that's what I get from this.
Juice, one clap for Mike. There we go. Big money, Mike. People feel obligated to give something back. They did a study in the 60s. They had a charity send letters to a bunch of people. They want to give money. They got 15% back in return. Then they said, we're going to do it again. They sent a whole bunch of letters, but this time in the letters, they had a small trinket, very, very small trinket for each person that received the letter. Their contribution went from 15% to 45%. just off of adding a small trinket because the customer is more inclined to give something back. Juice?
Juice.
So this is well done and well studied. And the last point, when someone does us a favor, we experience psychological pressure. Yo, this one is crazy. You know why? Some of y'all know. I tell people all the time, don't get me gifts. Oh, yo, Ace, what you want for your birthday? I want nothing from you. You know why? Because if you give me a gift, I'm the type of person, I feel like I gotta go above and beyond. I gotta go to the moon with your
I gotta
gift.
top your gift.
I gotta top your gift. Because if you top my gift the next year, we gonna just go gift for gift. Juice for that?
Juice.
I don't got time for that.
Hey, but what's the problem though? What's the problem? You get what you want, and now you
right.
get what they want.
No, you right.
Hey, it's my B-Day March 8th, you heard?
No. See, there we go. Look, there's no problem with Inspire, but me, I just know I want to take it to that top. So again, customers feel the same way. If you do something for them, they're gonna feel a psychological pressure to do it back in return because they're gonna also feel it goes back to the second point of what reciprocity is. If their interest is greater than yours, they're gonna feel even more inclined to do the favor because you didn't have to do that. I'm in my bed. I'm in my building office right now. Hello? Y'all get me?
Yes, sir.
I say no more. My bad. Cool. Next slide, Antoine.
I got you. Next slide loaded.
Thank you, my brother. Okay, cool. Like I got it on two different screens. This thing moving slow. All right, so three type of people. We talk about the amiable and we talk about the expressive. Brian, we get Brian from DC. What type of customer, if you remember, it's okay if you remember, what type of customer is that customer personality type is a driver? Faye, this was from Faye's workshop yesterday, if you remember.
Say it again. Hey, say it again.
So we went over amiable and expressive customers. We had a refresher on those two type of customers. Personality, on a driver personality type. What type of personality type is that? Like, what type of personality traits does the driver give you, if you remember? Come on, B Money. You got this.
Hold on, gotta look at my notes.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, Brian.
Be what?
You want to throw the assist to somebody in DC, man? I got
assist.
You. No, you see, Big Mook, she want the assist.
Hold on, he said he got this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw the mook.
I got it. What was the question?
So what type of traits does a driver personality give? What type of traits are those? You can tell this is a driver type of personality.
A driver person, they want to be in control. They know it all. They want to know that they feel like they know it all. So you gotta give it to them. If they know it all, just give them documentation. That's all. Short and simple.
Juice. One clap for Mook. So that was great. Though a driver is those type of customers, but a driver is also, if you remember, a driver is someone they want you to be confident. They're straight to the point. They want to know all those things. Juice. So now we went over amiable, expressive, and driver. The reason why reciprocity works amazingly for amiable is because how many times you guys ever went in a customer's home, especially if it's an older person or a younger person, maybe somebody fresh in college since their first utility bill, they need a lot of help with things that have nothing to do with what you're talking about.
All the time.
Chat. Thank you. They need a lot of help with things that have nothing to do with what you're talking about. But I love those type of people because they're already amiable people, are already people pleasers. They're going to want to express that behavior back. And then drivers are even better because their drivers are the people, if you notice, they're the ones that are always doing everything for everybody else. They're the ones running the show. They're the ones in charge of their show. So if they're so used to taking care of everybody else, you take care of them, they'll take care of you. Juice by that?
Juice.
Not expressive people. I want you guys to be very careful with expressive people. Expressive people, because they're so extroverted and relationship based, you don't want to get used. So like somebody might tell you, you might knock the door. They go, "Oh, can you hand me that package all the way at the bottom of the stairs?" You bring the package up and then they tell you no. So you be very careful with expressive people because they're very talkative. Juice?
Juice.
Cool. So now, but
Juice.
how do we do this? Because a lot of times we feel like, how do we give something to somebody besides just a sale? You can give them a quick tip. People come to the door. So as soon as they open the door, I'm gonna use dairy. I see dairy. If you knock on my door, I open the door and I say, yo, hey, my bad, boss. I'm sick right now. What would you tell me to give me a tip?
I would say I understand where you're coming from. I apologize that you were sick. I was sick last week. So, but like I said, I got to get to the point. I got to get my job done. So I do appreciate your time for giving me your time to be at your door.
Juice, one clap for dairy. Very good rebuttal, but not quite what I was looking for.
I tell him drink some tea.
Juice, there we go, Beta. One class of Beta. That's a little bit what I was looking for. The first thing you came to my door saying, hey, look, yo, I'm sick. Y'all don't got time right now. I completely understand. My bad. Yo, what you should do X, Y, and Z. I tell people, I give them a whole remedy. Take some cinnamon sticks, orange peels, ginger, throw it in the pot, boil it. You know what I'm saying? Drink sea moss. And before I even tell them what I'm there for, because they'll be more inclined, they'll be more inclined to actually even just hear the conversation. They'll be more inclined just to even hear the convo. Juice by that?
Juice.
So we're not even thinking about the sale yet. We're just thinking about the conversation. Or I've had people come to the door, especially expressive type of people. They was eating lunch. They got food on their face. Like, you got a little sign right here. Before I even say anything. Before I say any, you got a little sign right here. I don't say any. Yo, they love that. They go, my fault. I was eating lunch, and now I'm gonna see what type of person they was. They about to open up to me. Juice. Now, also too, offer reinsurance information. These people want to feel like you got their back, that you holding them down. You know, I ask a customer 4 times every sale, about 4 times. Do you remember my name? Do you remember my name? I got customers call me by my first name. I don't even allow y'all to call me by my first name. Y'all call me by my middle name. I find my first name to be of value. You're gonna get my first and my last name. You remember my face? If I walk by the street, I want you to know, are you able to see me? Because I want you to understand that I'm here for you. Your interest is greater than mine. I'm gonna get a sale, cool. But I want you to know that I'm on call. Juice by that?
Juice.
I'm on call for you. Do you know my name? Juice?
Juice.
Clarify concerns. Clarify concerns. Asking something Lou said I think Lou said earlier today, or somebody said yesterday. Do you have any more questions? Expressive and amiable people, even drivers, they'll just get through it. Do you have any questions? I'm not putting you on TPV before I ask that question, because you're not gonna hop on TPV and drop the call. We ain't doing that. Just because we was vibing and we was doing all this, and I'm scratching your back and you scratching mine. Now I need you to really scratch mine. I mean, now I really need you to come scratch my back. Juice, do you have any concerns? Do you have any questions? And the last one is Jones Spec. Yeah, this little sentence, and the person gonna know who I heard this from. This little sentence is so fire. When people come to the door, especially amiable and expressive people, when they come to the door and they have this concerned look, you could tell it's not a driver or an analytical. They have a concern, like they a little shaken up. They didn't expect nobody to be at their door. I throw the hand up. My bad. Did you know I was coming today? Because what they'll do is they'll say either no, or they'll either say no, or they say yes. They say yes, you in the clear. But if you say no, they're now intrigued to figure out why. Yo, did you know I was coming today? Because now they want to know, why would I need to know that you're coming today? Oh, because you spoke to the rest of your neighbors. You're the only person here that I didn't speak to. That's why I came back. I had to make sure that your home wasn't going to contribute to whatever the CO2, or I had to make sure that you got some glass in your roof, because I didn't want you to miss out on your tax credits for my solar guys. Did you know I was coming by today? Me coming by today in this cold is of value to you, Juice. Because everybody else received the value. I'm making sure that you receive it as well. Did you know I was coming today? No? Oh, my bad. I apologize. You should have known. Juice. Now when to use it? When you catch them while they're busy. If you're in a building, This is for my ESCO guys. If you're in a building, you see somebody coming up the stairs with some groceries, ask them, do you need help? Please. Don't think about, I might get a sale. No, think about, hey, look, I could just help this person, and this person might get me to a sale. This person might be, yo, I've seen sales where a customer literally cursed me out. I end up helping their mother bring groceries up to the door, and then they was like, you know what? What are you here for? And I didn't know that that was their mother. I was just trying to Juice. Let me speed this up for you guys because I have one more. You know what I mean? In bill breakdown. Another point is if they express a problem about a problem besides the bill, we kind of touched over this a little earlier. Please make sure you give the information. Yeah, I literally had a guy not recently. I think TT's here. She could attest. We had a guy recently. We came asking about the electric and gas bill, but he didn't even know how to pay his electric and gas bill because he just got out of jail. So you know what I did? I sat there and told him how to pay his electric and gas bill. And then he signed up right after. He didn't even know what the bill was. But him needing help to pay the bill. Oh, let's get ready. Let's get busy. Let's go. I want to help you. Juice.
In
your rehash. And if they give a referral, that's easy right there. They already trying to give you a favor back. If someone says, yo, I'm going to speak to X, Y, and Z about you, they already trying to give the favor back. They already feel like you brought value to them. Juice?
You in there.
Juice. And the last one is when a customer says, it'll take me time to find my bill. Man, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you right now. Or when a customer tells you, hey, look, I was doing X, Y, Z, I was cooking. Man, like some of y'all know, I used to cook. I used to be a line cook. Oh, you need help? I used to do that before this job. I'll help you right now. Yeah, you cut potatoes? Yeah, I'll do that. I done been in a table cutting potatoes with somebody. I'll help you with anything. Just go grab that bill. I'll wait for you right here. Juice. Next slide. And this is our last one.
Potatoes, okay.
Oh, right here. So I'm gonna drop in the chat, but I'm gonna ask one. I'm gonna ask one person. Drop in the chat though. So guys, if you needed a lawyer, which one you picking? Drop it in the chat, left or right. But I'm gonna ask somebody to give me their opinion. Hold on, drop it in the chat. If you're seeing suits, please don't expose it. If you're seeing suits, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I'm gonna ask, who's this right here?
Harvey.
I'm gonna ask Miss Steph Watson. That's Miss Steph Watson. On the right or the left?
All right.
On the right or the left? Who would you pick to be a lawyer?
See it where Let me see. Okay, so this is a trick question, but all right.
It's no trick question.
A trick question is because the first one, the left side, he looks like he's thinking, he's pondering. He has his suit on underneath his trench coat.
Who is that?
And then the one to the right, he looks more polished. He looks certain. He looks like the guy that everybody would pick just because of his facial expressions.
Say that again one time. What did you say just now?
Just because of his facial expressions, he looks like someone that everybody would pick because of the way he looks. He looks groomed. He doesn't look really like he's pondering. He doesn't look flustered or anything like that. So
Juice.
So if I'm going by image and just by his outer appearance, I will go with the right.
Very good, Steph. So your answer was right or is it left? Which one? Right or left?
Right.
Right. Okay, cool. So guys, this is not a trick question. This is not a trick question, I promise you. If anybody has seen the show Suits, you know exactly who this person is on the right. And for you guys in the chat, trust me, this guy on the right is not just going to get you out of jail, but he'll get you out of a whole bunch of other things. The reason why this goes into our last principle. This goes into our last principle of authority. The reason why we want to pick the right over the left is just look at them. The left, I don't like to be around people who look worried. I don't like to be around people that look worried when something pops off. If you look like the right, oh, I'm good. We good money. We are good money. I ain't got to worry about nothing. The guy on the left looks scared, and I don't roll with nobody scary. I cannot do that. The one on the right, he looks confident. He looks like I'm ready for whatever come my way. Let's go. Juice.
Let's
go to the right. So now, authority. This is one of the biggest things. Authority is a principle that the perception that you know what you're doing and are credible, qualified, and trustworthy. So I'm gonna say this again. Authority is the perception that you know what you're doing and are credible, qualified, and trustworthy. Qualified and trustworthy. I can't explain this enough. This is one of my favorite things. Anybody who's worked with me or has been on my team, you guys always say, yo, Ace, Ace gonna make it seem like he know what he's talking about. Even if I don't know but pardon me. Even if I don't know what I'm talking about, I know how to make it look like I know what I'm talking about. Juice?
Juice.
I love this. Yeah. I really want everybody to really just, if anything, this one right here. Let me get, I keep seeing somebody go off in the chat. Let me see. Kristen. Read the 4 bullet points.
Experienced, informed, legitimate, backed by somebody reputable.
Juice, backed by something reputable. These 4 things is things that people love to see in a person. Do you look experienced? Do you look informed? Do you look legitimate? And are you backed by something reputable? Like now we have in our pitches, first thing we say, I was authorized by DC. I was authorized by New York, Cincinnati, Philly, whatever we're talking about. I was authorized by these people. That's something reputable. Juice. So now, why do we want to make sure we are coming off authoritative? The first bullet point is homeowners and renters decide fast. And renters decide even faster because a renter might look at you and tell you, hey, look, I'm about to be here for a year. I don't even care about none of that. For my ESCO guys and for my solar guys, people are already afraid to put stuff on a roof. Let's say it's an older home and they're afraid to go through insurance, man. You know, they're already deciding, hey, look, I probably wouldn't want to do this. But if you're coming across on a level of, I know what I'm talking about. I know what it's going to take to get that glass on your roof. I know exactly what's your size? What's the square feet? Let me see the top of your roof. Yeah, I can give you probably a good estimate and then I'll go run the numbers back. Juice by that?
Juice.
Second point is it reduces resistance. People buy certainty, not products. People buy certainty, not products. The more certain you are, the more certain you are with something, they're gonna buy that. They're gonna buy it. Because people don't just buy a product. They want to make sure that whatever product they're doing is gonna actually help them with whatever they need help with. They're trying to buy certainty that this product is gonna fix this. Juice. So now it goes for me. Let's last 3 points. Why? It makes overturning objections easier when the more your words start to carry weight. If you have an authoritative figure with a customer, your words will carry weight anytime you speak. This is why we'll go to a doctor anytime we get sick. Juice. Second and last point keeps you in control of the conversation. And the last point is for the FRs, helps you perform faster. Guys. I have seen many FRs get tons of sales, tons for FR standards. And they didn't really know what they was talking about, but they just sounded like it. They didn't do anything compliant, but they couldn't really read a bill, barely knew how to type up the contract. But they got this person to sign it because they sounded like they knew what they were talking about. They were very confident. Juice. Now let's go to the last slide, our last slide. How we get it done, how to use it. So these are 2 types of personalities, drivers and analytical. Driver and analytical. Let me get
Eric
Lewis.
from Philly can read that.
Lewis. Oh, you Philly? Let me see Philly. Where we get Philly?
Hey, Eric from Philly, my guy Eric from Philly can do that.
Let's go, Blunt.
Eric.
Let's go, Blunt. Let's go.
What you need me to do?
Why don't you read the first 2 bullet points on the how?
So eye contact and relaxed posture.
Juice, eye contact and relaxed posture. We did a rehash of a driver and amiable and expressive. Analytical customers. Who the type of personalities are that? Miss Eric Blunt. What type of personality traits do analytical people have?
I would say relaxed posture.
So okay, let's go. Okay, good. 1 clap for E. One copy E. That was good. Another thing is they're very detailed orientated. They ask technical questions. They want proof, not hype. They don't fall into the hype. These guys are introverted. They're very laid back. Juice, all they want to know is how does it make sense? If it don't make sense, I'm not really trying to buy into it. Juice?
Informational questions.
Juice. So the reason why I say relaxed posture, I'm not talking about, we be very studious. Nah, that doesn't make you look authoritative, because if we go back to the picture with Harvey and the other gentleman, his posture was relaxed. I'm here. I'm at the door. He was coming with some type of swag when he talked. Even the way he sweat, even the way he sits, everything has to be fly. Juice? Posture must be relaxed. Know your features and benefits. Analytical and driver customers, they want personalities. They want to know the features and benefits, especially for my solar guys. Especially your product's even more technical than some other people. You should know it in and out. You should know how does solar affect their home during the winter? How does the solar affect their home during the summer, spring, and fall? You should know how everything looks. How many moment they get panels on their roof, or they even get a discussion about some type of panels, you should know, hey, what this might look like based off their type of usage. Everything moving forward. Juice?
Juice.
And if an ESCO, there's so many features and benefits that we offer. It's like if you don't know these things, or if you're not asking these things, or if you're going out to receive this information, you're not going to be able to get it. It goes into the next point. Do outside research. Y'all know I've never knocked the door for solar a day in my life. But if I knock somebody's door for solar, I ask them, what means you get solar? And then, so I already have 100% renewable energy, so I'm good. Y'all understand, but is your panels 100% offset? That's the first question. Is your panels 100% offset? I got somebody from ESCO. Anybody from ESCO? Can you, if I ask you, do you know what that question means? If I ask a customer, is your panels 100% offset?
Yes, sir.
Beta, let's go.
So, did you ask me to answer it?
If I ask you, what does that mean?
Oh, what does that
my
mean?
My panels 100% offset.
What that means is do you have like a backup generator when the sun is not shining? Because at the end of the day, some people just generate their solar panels just from the sun, and when it's cloudy and when it's raining, when it's snowing, they're not getting that direct renewable energy towards their home, which is making them offset to pull from the power plant. We want to make sure how much they pulling from the solar panels.
Juice, there we go. One clap for Beta. Even if you pull in 1 kilowatt a month, there are some people who use all through the summer, their solar panels pumping a whole bunch of energy. The moment the winter comes, they use 600 to 700 kilowatts every single month until the summer comes back out. You know what that means? You can get a supplier too. And then, do you have gas? I'm trying to sign up your gas too. Because don't tell me about solar panels. Solar panels have nothing to do with your gas. Or you got solar to lower your bill. How about get a price protection on your electricity bill as well? Especially when you have to rely on the actual power plants to generate your home. Juice? If you have renewable energy on top, of your house, why not make your utility pull from the renewable source as well, while also getting a stable rate, same way how you stabilize your electric bill with the solar panels?
Juice.
What are we talking about right now?
Y'all better listen to that right there. Oh my God.
And that wasn't taught to me inside my office. I did my own research. Last how rebuttal objections with certainty. I know we like to. This is my favorite thing. When they give me objections, look, I know we like to be cautious in these types of door-to-door experiences. You know what I just said right there without saying it? Easy money. I said without saying it is I have experienced people like you who have concerns and conflicts, and they are afraid. But don't worry, I'm very experienced with these type of people. I already know how to get you on my side. Juice?
Juice.
The moment I say I know we like to be cautious in these type of experiences, I've experienced people like you. You easy work. I already know what to do. Juice?
Juice.
When Antoine's my facilitator, let me close out this win. What's the first 2 points of win? Oh no, the next word.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
That's me. All right, let's go. We use specific references, right? And then answer questions clearly without over explaining. Did that answer your question?
Juice. Love it. One clap for Antoine. Use specific references. This is when we got in the social proof, the Jones effect. Hey, look, I got some of my DC guys. They ran into a customer. She had Empower on her bill, and it literally said $0 for her supply portion. It was insane. It literally says $0. So a lot of times They'll be like, hey, look, we can't guarantee your bill will look like this, but here's some experiences that some customers have. They have videos of them knocking people's door, and a customer's literally said, I love Empower. They'll go to another customer and show them a video of their neighbor saying, hey, look, yo, they love Empower. This is not coming from me. This is coming from your next door neighbor. Juice. And the next point is, did that answer your question? When you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it very subtly and very, very specific and clearly, but I'm not going to overcook it, because all I need to do is, did that answer your question? Because if not, I can get into another one. And if it did, I don't have to talk. I can keep going. Juice?
Juice.
When last 2 points, when asking for a commitment, and do not seem shaken when things take a turn, please. The last one is very serious. A lot of times we have, especially the expressive or like the amiable. You might be in an old lady house and all of a sudden she switch on you and you kind of a little afraid to press on her too hard, like, because you don't know what might happen in here. Like, do not be seen shaken. Do not be afraid. Act like this happens all the time. Customers, I cancel a call on a customer if I peep they said the wrong thing on the TV feed. And I tell them, oh yeah, that happens all the time. Your neighbor just had an issue. You must have terrible service in the area. I'm telling them. I'm not even asking them. I'm telling them. Juice?
Juice.
Last slide. So remember, this is what I want you guys to apply in the field tomorrow, and for the rest of your tenure in the career. The key to persuading someone is collaboration. If a person feels as if they were coerced, that's not persuasion. That's what?
Manipulation.
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 That's manipulation. His 3 key points to see if you're his 3 key points I want you guys to do in the field to see if you're persuading somebody or manipulating them. If you check off these 3 things, then more than likely you're probably manipulating them. The first thing is, does the person feel uncomfortable? Let's be honest. You can tell if someone feels uncomfortable around you. Like, I don't want to hear nothing about how do you tell? We can tell, especially for the men. We can tell if someone feels uncomfortable around us. Juice. So that's the first one. If you check that off, you might be manipulating, less persuading. Second thing is, do they know who I work for? Because if you're too persuasive, someone might think you work for a utility. I'm being real. Let's keep it real. You too damn persuasive, and you never clarify that you work for Empower. I've seen it happen. They might think they have on TPV. Who's Empower? Yo, don't you work for Pepco? Don't you work for Con Ed? What? Because you was a little bit too persuasive. You know what I'm saying? You was doing too much finessing. Juice. And the last one is, even if they're going every step of the way, this is the biggest one. Do I have to fight every step of the way? Am I fighting every time I'm trying to get the bill? I might have fought to get the bill, that's fine. But am I also fighting to if I'm fighting for the damn signature? Jesus Christ. Does this person know what just happened? If you're fighting every step away, if you can check off all 3 of these things, you need to take a step back and reevaluate yourself. Reevaluate everything. Because you guys, this is a very powerful meeting. Not powerful meeting, this is a very powerful content that if used incorrectly or used, this can either take you very, very far. This could take you very, very far, or this could take you down a wrong path. Juice by that? This could make you a crazy high roller. This could make you the craziest high roller. Or this could get you gone. Juice? My name is Ace Trigger. This is my impact. I am an MIT at the DC office. Copy up my website.
Let's go. Clap it up for Ace, man. Wow. Juicy.
You can't do no takeaways.
Yeah. We about to. Just one second. I just want you guys to clap it up, give some respect for the MITs that jumped on. Let's clap it up for everybody. Lou, Jilson, Khalid, and Ace. Let's give everybody, you can come off mute, give everybody some praises.
Juice, let's
go.
Yeah.
Some
Juice.
fire comments.
Yo, Jilson, that was Jilson.
Juice, let's go, man. Let's go.
Go, Lou.
I'm
Let's
talking
go,
about
Ace,
Jilson.
that was good.
Go, Ace.
Shout out to all yo Ace, Lewis, Jilson.
Let's go, Lou.
Let's go, Gil. Let's go, Khalid.
I love it. Y'all funny in the chat with the day with us. You know what I'm saying? It's hilarious. It's good for competition, right? We all one band, one sound. But it's great for competition. I love that you guys have some pride with the people that represent your respective office, your region, it's actually fire, man. I love that. Keep that going. All right, we gonna get some takeaways. We gonna get some takeaways from all workshops here over the next or if y'all fine with it, over the next 20 minutes, right? We're gonna open it up, raise the hands. Let's not just jump and unmute and unmute and unmute. Let's raise the hands. We'll go down the line, right? We'll get some takeaways. We'll ask some questions, right? We'll do it for the next 20 minutes. That way it takes us right to 2:00. Right. And then we'll do a 30-minute lunch. Right. We're going to do a 30-minute lunch. We'll be back at 2:30. Right. The leaders are going to take breakouts. Right. That means we're going to be engaging over understanding the material, the content, role playing, and doing some fun activities or some games. We'll rotate the workshops. Right. The people facilitating will be France, Tiffany, Asani, and then Ace will be pitching in for Face, since his workshop aligned with the 4 personality types as well. So these will be the leaders of those workshops. We'll get into that at 2:30 when we come back. All right. So let's open it up. I did promise Anon that he will be the first person that gets his question answered in the chat, because he's been skipped a couple times. My bad. My apologies. Let's go, Anon. If you got a question, it is up to you. It's your turn.
I don't got a question, but one thing I do have to say is a really good thing that I heard today. Takeaway was don't like taking things that you want or like things that you know makes you happy at the moment. You want to take in the things that you need, because the things that you need is gonna have you go forward with everything with the sale, especially with the mindset and stuff. So that's something I have to apply to myself. To try to lock in with stuff that I need, with more pitch practicing, more being positive in my own mindset, and letting my emotions not supersede my day with the customers and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a good takeaway I have.
Powerful stuff. Thank you for sharing that. It is fire that you're taking some self-realization as well of some things that you can implement right away to have a better successful career here. We're gonna go. The next hand I see is Jamal. Let's go, Jamal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
I took down some notes, and I got some feedback for Ace. I love that. I just love that whole workshop, Ace. That was smooth. And one of the things that you said that stood out with me was reciprocity. Reciprocity. I hope I'm saying it right.
It's a hard word. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I love it though, because this is like super important, right? Like being able to understand reciprocity, but also being able to use it. I was able to see a big tool in the relationship building I'm able to build with people, because the biggest thing, especially when doing sales, is like an exchange, right? But the biggest thing is like an exchange of energy. So for me, everything is all about helping people, right? Like when I come out, I want to help people, right? I've been here for so long now. For me, the biggest challenge when I come out is like, yo, how many people can I switch from supplies? You know what I mean? Because understanding reciprocity, you understand that you get back what you give. I'm going to say it again. You get back what you give. So if you want positive energy, make sure that you're sharing positive energy with everybody you're speaking to, right? You want to be able to make money. Make sure you care about people that you're helping, right? You want to be able to build. Make sure you look after the people. So that was very juice. Not only did it show me that, but also too, it's perfect, because one of my favorite sayings is that you reap what you sow. So being like being able to have you talk about reciprocity is like, it was like a whole recharge moment I was having, because I'm always talking about you reap what you sow, you reap what you sow. So this right here, this was like a good insight for me to also lock in, and also especially for the newcomers that's coming into the company, understand reciprocity. That's super important, and that's the only way how you gonna be able to get what you want out of life and out of Empower.
Juice. Appreciate that. Let's go. I'm gonna do managers last. So we're gonna go Zach. We're gonna go Zach from Queens.
All right, Antoine, give me a hands up if you can hear me.
Yep, I can hear you.
Awesome. So today's lessons I think was unique, as in like the lessons were more bite-sized compared to yesterday. So we had a lot more lessons and a lot more wisdom that was shared with us than before. I would like to point out and give a shout out to Luis Cruz from Queens for
Let's go, Lou.
yeah. So because we had the 5 impulse factors before, but right now he came up with the idea of squeezing them and giving a good name. That is the gifts. So we have a good gift coming from Luis Cruz. Now we have the 5 impulse factors, the bite-sized shrink to one word, and we can keep that in mind, easy to remember. And the next thing I would like to point out is that in Ace's presentation, he actually went back and touched a lot of the points that were shared in NICO and also that was shared yesterday. So like the reciprocity, I believe it was shared by Michael Reyes in our NICO presentation, and some of the other points that he talked about, like the 4 personalities that were actually shared yesterday. So this is something that is very crucial because right now we are at a point where we aren't just learning things, we're actually reinforcing and building up on top of everything that we learned so far. So yeah, big shout out to Ace. And also Ace complained about that we always use his middle name and not the first name. So Ace,
No.
I'm learning the first name. All right.
No. Don't learn the first name. Don't learn the first name. Middle name only. I appreciate you, brother.
You can't
I
stop
appreciate
me, okay? All right. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Let's go. Thank you, Zach.
That's a high roller right
Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. We gonna go Bronx Solar Angel. Angel from the Bronx. Let's go.
Yes, hello. Funny enough, I was actually gonna say something similar, but yeah, piggyback off what Zach was saying is that I love that some of the presentations here were like mentioned in the past and were repeated somewhat, but in a different manner or different perspective. Because honestly, I genuinely think that repetition, especially when being informed and taking notes, it's so underrated. Especially as someone I'm someone who's efficient, but like I take time to learn things. But when I do, I'm a pro. You know what I'm saying? So like the fact that it was like some things were repeated, I'm not gonna lie, like just that concept itself made my whole day. Cause I'm like, yes, like this is gonna sink in my head for sure. You feel me? I wrote it down twice, and then the some of them even a third time instead of writing it down, I was just fully listening. Because sometimes, after you write it down, it's in your subconscious, but then when you're just listening, no notes for a second, you feel me? It feels conversational, feels interpersonal, feels real, feels raw. You feel me? So I wanted to point that out and like genuinely like that, because when I tell you, like, you have no idea how many times slideshows and presentations are done in any environment, and there's no repetition. You know what I'm saying? There's just like, do this, write this down, and then amongst yourself, like I know everyone has their way of learning. There's visual learners, there's different types of learners and stuff, kinetic or whatever. But like repetition is like a factor that I think no matter what type of learner you are, it really takes like a step forward in your processing all the information. Especially because my last question I seen in the last yesterday's meeting was actually about how can I like break down all this thing as an overthinker. So this was like a perfect like bounce in to that. So yeah, I just wanted to point that whole thing out of all these presentations. Like that genuinely like
juice.
That dude, like that was some juicy stuff, bro. that was some juicy stuff.
Thanks, Angel. We appreciate that feedback. That's exactly why when we come back from lunch, y'all tying down everything y'all learned. We had that in mind specifically for that reason. So I'm glad that you took that away as well. Let's go, because we want to get some managers' takeaways too. We got 12 more minutes. Let's go Stanford, Price Lee, and then Eric Blunt.
I just really liked about like the different steps that you be in your life. It gave me like a more insight about like work and your regular life. Like you gotta separate that and not let it affect you. I feel like that was something that I was really confused on because I'm still young myself, and I'll be having a problem with that, like bringing my personal life with me. So I think that lesson right there really spoke to me, and that was it.
Let's go. That was Khalid's. Was that Khalid's presentation, Stanford?
I don't remember his name, but
With the dreads, it was the
yeah,
visuals.
with the dreads. Yeah, that joint was hard too. That
Yeah.
joint was thorough.
Juice. Big one clap for Khalid. Let's go. Let's go. All right, I love that. I love all of these. Let's go, Eric. Real quick. Let me lower you.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway was Khalid's workshop. I just think like your personal life just start from there, then you gotta go to work. So you just gotta know where you at in your personal life and be positive with that before you even get to work. Then they carry on to that. So you gotta know every stage in your life. And I'm still figuring out what stage I'm in. So I just think that was the biggest takeaway out of the whole every workshop. Every workshop was fired, but that was the biggest that hit me on.
Juice.
Nice. Juice. Love that. Love that. Let's go. All right, so it seems like we got MITs and managers. Let's go beta, and then we'll get into the MITs and managers.
All the workshops was fire. Shout out my man Lou. He with us. Shout out my man. Skip. He with us. Shout out. Ace. Shout out my man Khalid. Right. One of my favorite one. I'm not gonna lie to you. Is that rapport building? Shout out my guy Gilson, man, for sure.
Yo.
Definitely. It's like the reason why it was my favorite one is because one, that's something that I implement with my team each and every day. And that's something that I try to use not only in work, but in my personal life, right? So that was the one I really said. Shout out to my man Gilson again. It's definitely very juice, very fire. The best presentation, I got to go with my man Khalid. Definitely, I love the visuals, and I love that we got to tie it down within ourselves for us to really know where we at to move forward with it. Also, too, my man Lou, the gifts. Right? At the end of the day, everybody has a way to close them, and that way to close them is through gifts. Shout out to my man Lou, and then bring us home, man. My guy for a long time, my man Ace. Shout out to you with the persuasion, bro. At the end of the day, you got to know that how to make the customer feel like they're closing themselves. We're not going to close the customer, right? The customer is going to close them themselves by what the influence and their beliefs and through their actions. And everything that he tied down from yesterday with Faye definitely correlated, and that said something super juiced. I love all y'all. Good workshop, and let's get it.
Juice. Let's go, man. Now that was really good. Big ups to all other presenters. I love your feedback. Let's go MITs, and then we'll end it off with Franz as the manager. First MIT up. Let's go Miss Steph Watson out of our Chicago location.
All right, perfect. So I loved everybody's content. I was very taken back by Khalid. So kudos to you, Khalid. I see a great improvement there. And like I said, I was taken back. I think it was really juice. However, I only have two persons that I want to, one to give feedback for, and the next one to ask a question. So Mr. Jilson and Beta Bay, of course, kind of took some of the feedback that I was going to give about rapport. Rapport is my favorite thing as well. People used to ask me all the time, you're like, Steph, how do you sell? How do you get all these numbers? They used to always think it was something that I was saying or I knew something different. And it really wasn't. It was just that I was very good at building great rapport with customers, right? And leaving no dead space. I thought that part was really good because I've seen some persons that can be good with rapport, but then at some point within the pitch, there's dead space. And now they lost out on the opportunity to actually fully close that client, right? So you don't want to stop, which is what you said at the end. You want to keep it going. It should flow, right? And that's how you're able to solidify that sale. So I thought that was super juice. I'm very big on smile, eye contact, and enthusiasm. If you ever pictured me on the field, you know I have the most energy out of everybody in the sector. Like I'm hopping, skipping, jumping, loud. I'm asking for food. What is that? You smell good. What is that picture? How long you live here? Like I'm asking the most questions because this is how I'm going to get I hear an accent. Where you from? Jamaica? Why? Like I'm just excited, right? Because I know this is how I'm going to keep you retained and get the client closed all the way through. So again, juice to you, Jilson. I love that. That's my favorite thing. Now, Mr. Cruz, I have a question for you. You were talking about the rates when it comes to the delivery. You was talking about how the delivery charges can go up. when they sign, if they have a supplier or something like that, right? But my question though is, here in Chicago, I have noticed that, and maybe this is the case for other states as well. The normal rate, the actual fluctuating rate here in Chicago is 6 cents, right? It's 6.5, 6 point something, right? It's 6 cents. Now, you didn't really mention anything about the supply portion increasing when they get a supplier, right? But I have seen it, and I'm sure others have seen it as well, that when they do have a supplier, sometimes their bill does double, their supply charges does double, right? So my question for you is, how would you handle that? Because here in Chicago, it's not so much about swindling. For me, I just won't mention it if I see that, right? But my question for you, being that you were talking about this within, I believe it was the greed aspect of your content, how would you overturn that? How would you still be able to sell that if the customer is saying, hey, my supply portion went up when I got a supplier like you guys in the past?
So that's a very good question. One clap for you, Steph. So
Yes, Steph.
to answer the question, I think that the focus should be selling the actual product, which is renewable energy. I think that's the first thing here.
Juice.
I think that when you get into when you open that can of worms where now you and the customer are essentially going back and forth related to prices and numbers, you should know as an agent that you spend too much time selling the fixed rate as the product versus a feature that comes with the product. Does that make sense? The attention of the customer is not catered to the renewable energy because here's the idea, right? The idea is you're presenting a customer to the problem, which is the area being flagged for higher usage counts, whatever it is, right? So when you get to the bill breakdown, you need to also lead with the usage itself because that's what the customer heard from you to grab the bill. So when you get the bill in your hands, majority of what you say should be tied into how Empower as the clean energy supplier can actually assist with the issue. And then once you get the approval or once you get the permission from the customer to proceed with the sale forward is when you would essentially sell the fixed rate or the price protection as an added on benefit. Because typically to avoid putting myself in those situations, my team will vouch for me all the time. I wait until TPV prep to start talking about rates. The reason why I do that is because number one, to be in the compliance zone, of course, we have to talk about the rates at some point before they get on the phone call, correct? So the idea is I'm gonna get you to say yes to the clean energy. I need you to know why you're doing this. You're not doing this to save money because I already established at some point I can't save you money. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna use the idea of you making a positive change to the environment as your incentive or your reasoning for why you should want to do it. And then we're going to get into the all right. And because you're choosing to do this, this is what we're going to do for you. Now, to address the concern specifically now about, let's say, for example, the customer does know either what their supply rate is or if they've had one in the past, then probe. You probe and you ask questions, right? Well, how long was it since you had a supplier? Do you know which state of where the supplier was from, right? Because those are two key questions that matter, right? The reality is if we know, like for example, Clear Choice Energy, when I see a bill from Con Edison that has Clear Choice, the rate is 40 cents. And I know that that's what the rate becomes after 3 months because we get letters in the mail letting us know that's what happens. Fortunately, I have Empower, juiced by that. So, yeah, at the end of the day, you really want to sell the clean energy, right? Do not focus on the rates. The rates is just there for the customer to have an added on feature. Does that make sense? So stop talking about prices going up in the introduction. Like I just notice this all the time. Sometimes as soon as the customer opens the door, we start vomiting about the rates. We just start vomiting a whole bunch of information to the customer, and it's like, hold on. Hold on now, you know what I'm saying? So let's talk about, let's talk about this first. So I would say focus on the clean energy and don't worry too much about the rates because we're gonna make that shit look sexy regardless. You know what I mean?
Juice. Let's go. We're at 2 minutes left. We got a couple more people. that still want to go and share. We did have one lastly of our entry. We're gonna have Indonesia out of DC. Then we're gonna have Lou give his feedback, and then Franz will end it out so we could go to lunch, guys. All right.
Go Indo.
Let's go, Indo.
Yeah, Indo.
All right. Indo, you still there? Or we gonna move? We gonna move. We got respect time. Let's go. All right, we gonna go. We gonna move this thing over to Lou. Let's go, Lou.
So
I'm here. I had to fix it.
Let's go, Indo. My bad. Let's go. Hurry up. Come on.
Nah, I like all the workshops, but I just took off what A said about the TPV thing. It's like you get them to the call, you think they understood, you explained everything, like just like over explaining. Like, cause that happened to me about like 3 times before. Like I thought I had to sell, we got them TPV calls, and when they heard Empire was switching, they was like, what? And I'm like, I thought I explained that to you about 3 times already. So yeah, I'm gonna use that in the field.
Okay. All right. We got a good takeaway, so we can apply right away. Let's go, Lou. Let's go, Lou, and then Franz.
All right. Well, before I get my specific takeaway to this person, I just wanted to say big shout out to all the MITs for presenting today. You guys did a fantastic job. I'm pretty sure everybody here knows the effort you guys put in. So I just wanted to say y'all are knocking on different doors now, if you get what that means. So I just wanted to highlight y'all for that. But so for the first one, I would say Khalid. I thought Khalid had an amazing impact today, had an amazing workshop as far as like the 4 stages of where you are. And one of the things that I already gave, my feedback out earlier was like the actual point of like playing the long game. And I think that needs to be harped on just a little bit. Like, too many times do we look for quick results, and a lot of the times quick results aren't measurable. Because if they're quick, they gone as fast as they come. But the things that you actually work for over time and the things you create a plan for, those are the things that you can measure, those are the things you scale. And it's really just about understanding that if you just keep putting in the work all the time and every single day, it's only a matter of time before the skill level actually catches up. Because the work ethic got to be there before the skill get there. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be willing to put in the work before you actually start reaping the fruits of your labor. So, I would just say yeah, just playing the long game. That's something that I still go by even to this day now, even where I'm at in the company. I still try to look at things from later on down the line and just like more so focus on what I can do every single day. And the other takeaway that I really had was just from Ace's impact. I just had to definitely say when it came to him explaining what manipulation versus persuasion is, I feel like a lot of the times that gets lost in traffic a lot. You know what I mean? Like we think that just because the customer gets on TPV means that we get in the sale, when the whole time they get another phone call when we not here. And that's assuming everyone's doing the right thing, which I hope we all are. So juice by y'all. But you'll know if you was manipulating or persuading someone based on your approval rates. And based off just like how he said it alone, right? If you were persuading
Say that again, Lou.
Yo.
Yeah, he got one that bad.
I'm telling you, you'll know if you persuading or manipulating people based off your approval rates on your pay sheets.
That's
you
fact.
getting a lot of customer service drops and a lot I actually think that CS drops are worse than CA drops. Because you're not even waiting. You're not even waiting to call. You canceling as soon as the company hits you up. So that's an example right there. And I just felt like it was really good just because you always want to persuade people, and you always got to remember that you don't have to sign up everybody, and not everybody can get signed up anyway. So persuade people, don't manipulate. It's that simple.
Juice.
No twice, get a fine. That's it. They say no twice, just leave. That's it.
Juice. That's fire. That's good. That's great feedback. Wow. That hit home. That hit home. I did want to do one quick audible. I'm sorry. I don't want to take you guys too long from lunch. I think I'm going to give you guys a surprise here anyway. It's going to help you guys out. I do want to hear from all the presenters as MITs as well. We just heard from Lou, Khalid, and then Jilson and Ace, and then we'll finish out with Franz, our last manager, and then we'll go to lunch. All right. Go ahead, Khalid. CS drop.
So I do got a takeaway.
Was that Khalid? Listen, y'all gotta listen for the lineup. Look, if your name wasn't dropped, we can't look. We gotta respect the time. We gotta get these things going because we got a lot of juice to give y'all.
Talk
let
to
me let
him.
me go while we waiting for Khalid.
All right, go ahead, Ace.
I think one of my biggest takeaways from today was just how aligned all of us are as a bit in a business, like how aligned all of us in the company. No matter what region or what division of the company was in, all the topics of the conversations all the way down from Nyko, they all just coincide. And I'm just happy that I think I heard from Angel's takeaway was like, yo, like hearing it more than once, that right there is gonna take me to a whole nother level. Not just hearing it one time or at a night, like Nyko's, you only have a Nyko once a year. They want to hear the same information over and over again. They do want this high level stuff. So, that was some of my best takeaways. And I love that.
Wow. So your takeaway came from a takeaway, which is fire.
Yeah. I loved hearing that. Like, it just shows that certain people, or not even certain people, most of us in the business, we don't want the surface level anymore. We want high level content and we want to go off to another level.
Juice. Love that. Khalid, can say something so we can see if we can hear you real quick? If not, we're gonna go to Jill. Still can't hear you. I don't know why your phone bugging. Joseph, talk to us.
I think it's good now. Y'all can hear me?
Oh, let's go.
All right, boom.
Yeah.
All right, so just first thing first, I like when I noticed something about something that Joseph said in his overall presentation, right? Notice how he was like, how Mike Salazar is at the door. He's very makes a lot of jokes. He's very funny. I caught myself while listening to Josen's presentation laughing a lot. I'm like, oh, he picked something up from Mike because it was very engaging. It had me laughing. I liked how you was like, oh, we're not the police. Because I definitely had a lot of times where people ask me like, why you asking me those questions? You definitely right. It's definitely the tone of voice and how you saying it. With Lewis, I could tell with your trainings, I could tell you're an OG. Like, you've been doing this for a very long time because you just keep it very straight to the basics. You don't try to switch anything up. It's you say exactly what I've been hearing for the longest. It's just the same basic stuff, and you do a good job of making it short and concise. With Ace, I like the simple fact that you're saying what everybody's afraid to say. Because at the end of the day, when somebody manipulates you, you know how you feel. So think about how when you manipulate them, imagine how they feel. So at the end of the day, just like how you're able to identify it when it's done to you, best believe that they can identify it when it's done to them as well. So that was a very good perspective to have it on. I ain't miss nobody, right?
Nah, except for yourself.
That's all I gotta say. I learned a lot from everybody's trainings. This was a very well done.
Yeah, this is what it's all about. Love that feedback. Thank you. Let's go, Joseph, and then Franz close us out.
Juice. First of all, I do want to say, yo, Ace, you crushed it. Yo, Khalid, you crushed it. And Lewis, you guys crushed it as well. I'm very happy and proud to, be on the same level with you guys. And I hope to see us all rise to the top together. So that was good. As far as the trainings go, I do, I don't know, they say hindsight's 2020. Hindsight's 2020. I do feel like I had my mine was my presentation was a little bit lesser than Aces, Khalid's, and Luz. So it makes me want to do better next time, which is really, really good. But I got a lot of juice from Ace, a lot of juice from Khalid, and a lot of juice from Lewis. And I hope that these workshops were as impactful for them. And by them, I mean all the FRs, the other ECs and JTLs and TLs that are on this call, as it was for me. And that even though we've had 2 days off of the field, that when we do get back to the field, hopefully tomorrow, right? Cross our fingers, guys. We got to make some type of money, right?
Bro, we got to make some money.
We back tomorrow.
I'm hoping that when we get back to the field, that we're able to implement this stuff. And then that you guys are seeing the difference in your checks, in your numbers, in your approval, in your meters, in your tiers, right? That you're seeing more conversations out of customers, right? That you're seeing things about your life change, right? And so on and so forth. So I just hope that for all of you guys, that is as impactful for you as it was for me. and that can bring you guys to the next level. So maybe I'll be in Antoine's seat watching you guys give a presentation next year.
Wow.
G.
That's
Let's go,
strong.
G.
Okay.
Talk to him.
Talk to him.
You with who?
Okay, Joseph. He with all of us. Let's go.
Let's go.
I love that. I love that. Great feedback, great takeaways. Let's go. Let's close it out with France, and then I got a little surprise for y'all for lunch. Let's go.
All right, cool. Let's clap it up for all the MITs again. Doing what they had to do today. First off, I'm gonna start off with Lewis. Great on the impulse factors. For all the FRs, I hope you guys took. It's not about what he said; it's about how he showed you how to overcome them. He literally went into example to show you exactly how to go ahead and overcome any objections that may come, so that you're able to use the impulse factor throughout it. Yeah, so just allow him to be able to do that, and it shows that he's not thinking about it on a microscope. He's thinking about it on a whole bigger scale when it comes to being able to go ahead and overturn objections, just be able to use the impulse factors. Next we had, which was Jilson, which is the building report. What I love was the percentages. The percentages you were able to show on what percent is a C principle, what percent is body language, and what percent is just building rapport. If you understand those percentages just on how you're presenting yourself at the door, you'll be able to stop a lot of things and do a lot more when you're at the door to be able to go ahead and get that sale. The next one is Khalid. I loved it because he said, F all techniques, F everything. I'm going to teach you guys some wisdom today. And he taught us some wisdom today for us to be able to understand ourselves and understand where we're at in our lives. And you don't have to just look at what Khalid showed as just a empower structure, but you can look at it more so on a life structure as well. That's what I loved about it. So he didn't just make it business, but he made it personal as well. And last but not least, my guy Ace. The best thing I took from what Ace thing is how to act in between transitions. A lot of times, us being new starts or new to the business, what we fail at is how to move the conversation forward through transitions. Again, I'm gonna say that again. A lot of times we fail at how to move the conversation forward through transitions. A lot of times we'll be at F4. I remember I was that same exact F4. I thought I had my pitch correct, but then when I got to the build breakdown, I didn't know how to transition to the TV prep. I got the pitch, I got the buy-in, but because I don't know how to transition from this spot to that spot, I done lost the whole entire sale. So that was the biggest takeaway for me, is understanding how to not only keep your character, but keep your composure and keep how you're coming throughout transitions, throughout the whole entire process. And you'll be able to understand it not only in your life, but in the sales process as well. I love what everybody had going on, and I hope everybody continues to keep their foot on the gas so that they're able to get themselves to the next level. Again, loved Ace, loved Lewis, loved Jilson, and loved Khalid as well. Keep doing what you guys are doing, and you guys will see yourselves to the next level as well. Just keep doing what you do, keep your foot on the gas, and make sure that not only, we're starting the week off on a Monday, which means all of our guys is going to be starting off on a 0. Let's see some promotions this week as well. Let's turn that shit up. But other than that,
Just for that,
you guys have a good one.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Words of wisdom by France, Mr. Office Manager of the Year 2025. Let's go.
He's with me.
All right. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying.
He with
I
us.
love it. I love it.
He
I
with
love
us.
it.
He with all of us.
He with all of
Yes.
us.
All of us.
He with
Bronx,
me.
Queens, Brooklyn,
Nah, Mike, he
everywhere.
with all of us.
Hey,
Let's go. Let's go,
listen.
France. Look at that.
Let me
love.
put it to bed.
They
Let me
claiming
put it
him
to bed.
everywhere.
He's
They
specifically with me. That's my man. No, I'm joking. But let's go. Let's
You
go.
need to
Let's
calm
go.
down because he with us, Antoine.
He with
I
us.
love it. I love it. I love the energy on the call. I love everybody really being locked in. Someone took something away from everything that was said today, which is fire. No matter who was your favorite, everybody is leveling up, and that's this year. Everybody come off mute because 2026 is the year of ownership. And
Own
ownership
that
means
shit.
Own that shit.
Own that shit.
Own that.
Let's go.
On the shirt.
All right, so the surprise is this. Look, the surprise is this. Remember, y'all was only going to get 30 minutes today. I gave y'all an hour yesterday because, I felt like we needed an hour. I got in trouble for that. Y'all got in trouble. So we gonna do 45 minutes. We're gonna throw it up 15 more minutes. 15 more minutes. Come back.
Juice, I thought you was paying for us, man.
Listen. Look, my name ain't Money Mike. I'm just Twan. Money Mike got the money. You feel me? Like, so
Mike dropped his money on Lambo.
So look, come back ready to rock and roll 3 o'clock. Same link, jump on. We're gonna jump into some breakouts. We're gonna learn some more. We're gonna role play. We're gonna get it going. Go get some food. I'll see y'all back at 3. Let's go.
Let's go.
Juice.
Bon appetit.
Go get you something to eat.
Chris, the best.
He with us. He with us.
Y'all crazy.
Don't eat too much, guys.